Yes, people. Welcome to another Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, live on Sarcasm City TV, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. And I have really drew the shortest of all short straws here. I'm joined by one of my fellow co-hosts, one from three, easily the fifth worst co-host on the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, and there's only four
There's
of
only
us. That
four?
lets you know exactly. That's what it is, isn't it? That's how bad it is. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be here just hosting it with this mic. You know what I'm saying? The mic can talk back to me on the wall. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But yes, the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on Sarcasm City TV. And you should know if you're regular by my intro who is with me. It is little bro. You know what I'm saying? One fourth of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. Half of Analysis at Anfield podcast. Also, my little bro Ryan is in the building. What are you telling me, fam?
You know when he said, "Oh, I drew the shortest of short straws." That's what Nick said as well when he, because he's the co-host for Analysis.
No, he didn't. Is that what he said?
That's actually what he said on another show. He plugged our show in it on a different one, saying at the end, what is it? He said, "Oh, I'm bringing out a new Liverpool show on Sarcasm City with none other than Ryan. I drew out the shortest straw or something." That's what he said. Like genuinely,
Is that what you said? So
Yeah.
one, this lets me know two things. Three things. One, it's not just me. Two, you need to let me know what video that is so I can clip them or put them both together. And three, it is really the shortest of short straws. But here we are. You know what I'm saying?
I think I know what video it was, to be fair.
Yeah. Make sure you send me that link. But like I start each and every show on Sarcasm City TV, whether it's a live on the YouTube or it's a live on the Twitch. Big up to everybody who's supporting Sarcasm City TV and putting up with Ryan as well. Like, it's much appreciated. Like, it doesn't go unnoticed, all the support that you lot genuinely support. It doesn't matter what time we go live, you lot are supporting. It doesn't matter if it's 5 and it doesn't matter if it's 2:30 in the afternoon, if it's 5 p.m., if it's 10 p.m., if it's midnight, if it's 2 a.m., if it's 4 a.m. You lot are here supporting like heavily.
Yeah, imagine tuning into Flawless late at night. That takes dedication, to be fair.
There it is. So big up to everyone who is supporting the channel in whatever capacity.
And I struggle to do it in the morning or in afternoon, man.
And please make sure whether you're watching this live or watching this back, you hit the like button on it. Are you done? Are you gonna let me finish? You're even on and you're already excited. Can I finish what I'm talking about? For those that don't know, actually you won't even know who it was because this guy always doing this around females on this show. But welcome very happy Spurs fan.
Because they're both stunning, that's why.
Yeah, I didn't know. That's why I said they didn't know which female it would have been. But how you doing, Eleanor? You good first?
My favorite one.
I'm very good. I've had a great day. It's been great.
I love that. This is the power of football right here. You love to see it.
Honestly, I can't stop smiling.
Was Kane in the stadium?
Love it.
I hope he was, and I hope he was watching.
Cheers.
What's that drink you're having, Eleanor?
It's fake Fanta.
Sorry?
The fake Fanta. You know the cheap Fanta? It's not the real Fanta.
Is it Fanta Zero?
No, it's not Fanta.
What is it then? Tango?
No, it's just like, like you go when you get like, instead of Coca-Cola, you'll get like Roller Cola or something like that. Like knockoff brands.
I don't know what you guys making up drinks.
Wait. No. Have you never seen knockoff brands of anything?
No.
It's fake Fanta.
That's just a knockoff brand, fam.
I've literally never seen those before.
Yeah, because you born with a gold spoon in your mouth. That's why and that. You don't know the struggle.
I can't afford that Fanta.
You don't know the struggle of knockoff.
Actually, City brought me my last Fanta.
Yeah, there you go, innit? Love
he
to
gets girls to buy him his Fanta.
Yeah, that's what he is. Proper bougie, innit?
When you need skills to do that, innit? They get the girls to buy you the Fanta, man.
Yeah, we know one thing when it comes to skills and girls, they don't mix with you two.
Well, that was what
you know that. We know they don't mix.
I'm going on Love Island next year, so I don't even know.
They're gonna put. You know what? If you do go on Love Island, we're not going that. You know they're pulling up that clip, right? You know that, innit?
Yeah, because you be pricks and send it to them.
No. You know that. It's not us. The Sarcasm City TV community will send that to them. You know what I'm saying? It won't have to be us. No. Not me. I am a part of the community, but it won't be me. These lot have been getting onto you about that all week long or whenever it happened and thoroughly.
No, do you know who actually would be the person who would do it?
Go on.
City.
Who it would. But yes, before
all the music, it would be her that would do it.
Someone will do it. But before I was rudely interrupted by this idiot getting excited, please make sure whether you're watching this live or you're watching this back, you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you do that. Make sure you share it across all the socials as well. Go to my Twitter and Instagram at That's Me Flawless. You can retweet and like on Twitter, and you can share it and follow Ryan and Eleanor across all their socials as well. And salute to everyone who may listen to this back on an audio-only platform. Links for the SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, all underneath in the description. I will get to the comments, people. Don't worry about that.
And
If you
like the
haven't seen-
video, like the
Yes.
video, if you laughed at Ruben Diaz trying to block a shot
this
in
guy
it.
and his agendas. Yo, can I at least get through the intro before you get your agendas off?
That
on
was
please?
part of the
You know what I'm
intro.
saying? You know what I'm
That was
saying?
part
Let
of
me
the
get through
intro. I said
this,
like the
and then you can
video.
get your agendas. Jesus Christ, in it. This guy just taking his cheap shots in it. But it is what it is. We move. But this is why you get booed on streams from. This is a prime example of why you get booed on. See,
Thanks,
Eleanor's in
Eleanor,
full
for the
agreement.
backup there. I really
Full
appreciate it.
agreement, and she's only been around you not a long time in that. But yeah.
Eleanor's defending there was like
Oh my God, like
Ruben
Stones
I'm
and
Diaz
not
Diaz,
today.
defending
giving
because
us
I'm
Stones to play.
attacking with Flawless. What
Nah,
Exactly.
it was like Ruben Diaz today.
We attacking, man. You Nathan
Yeah.
Aki currently, but we move. As I was saying anyway, if you haven't seen the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, this is where you can ask us any question of any sport, past or present. And of course, if you do super chat or you are a member of the channel, then your comment question will take priority like a super chat, people. So I'm not ignoring you, but obviously members take priority like do super chats as well. Large up Timo. I don't know if he upgraded or he joined with a new account, but he's also a member. Link underneath
Big
in the
up
description.
Timo. My
Large
G.
up Timo, you know what I'm saying? Large up my guy Deviant as well. You said this one's gonna
Big up
be good.
Deviant. My G.
Deviant, if you want a link, let me know.
Yeah, Deviant, man. Get
If
yourself
you
on
like,
here,
and he
bro.
said, if you're early here, share the video across all the socials and let football fan friends know. Tell a friend to tell a friend, as Flawless would say. Large up my guy Deviant. Nipinte says Kane slander, Grealish slander, Diaz slander. We're gonna get into all of that.
Oh, I'm ready for the Diaz slander. I don't care about
Ding.
the other two are two of my favorite players, so I'm ready for the Diaz slander.
We gonna get into all of that. Don't worry. And Yan should be joining as well, but she did say she was running late, so she will be joining.
She unblocked me on
we're gonna
Twitter.
get into it. She should have. I should block you. 100 million for
unblocked
Grealish
me.
seems a tad high in it. Yeah, she should have kept you blocked, is what I'm saying. Notorious FAT. I will answer a couple questions quick. Is City on fraud? Watch after today. No, it's just a bad performance.
They need Kane, man.
I'm not
They don't
I'm
know
not
how
getting
to score
excited.
at our ground.
Yes, they somewhere they notoriously struggle. It's the opening day. Like City will be. As much as I want you lot to be right, and I want City to fall off a cliff, is not gonna happen.
They've got
Large
Norwich
up
at home next.
He says, "Hey guys, there we go in it.
You need
Even
8-0
made your lot
team,
look
man.
good." Calamity Jones says, "Big up Flawless." Malcolm saying, "Big up the man." Them Yan will be here. Ali, don't worry about
She's coming,
that.
don't worry.
Yeah, she is. Done Flawless and our fifth favorite host, Ryan, in the building. Large up Ahmed. You know what I'm saying? We out here. Big up Ryan and Flawless every
Big up
time.
Deviant, my G.
Timo here, simping for Eleanor per usual. He says, "Where's Eleanor?" Well,
I'm
she's in the
here.
building, fam.
See
You know what I'm
that?
saying? And that.
Is Timo losing his composure there over Eleanor?
Yeah,
Who would think
100%.
Timo's the only person
Apparently,
I've met
that's
who
a
would do
common
that,
thing,
you know?
right? You could tell
Yeah,
them all
it's it.
about that.
Yeah, serious.
Like,
You and Timo can hold hands
Well, let
talking
me have my
about that.
moment, innit?
Yeah,
God,
you and
I'm
Timo can.
joking.
You and Timo can hold hands talking about that. And like Ahmed says here, oh, hi. Large up Drizzy, that's with the super chat, much appreciated. He says, Eleanor, my girl, I prayed for you. I prayed for your win and I want to see you happy. Yan City, come outside. 100 million's my ass. Grealish is so overrated. He was diving and crying. We're going to get into all of that. Don't worry about it. We're going to get into all of that.
I'm very happy and thank you.
Yeah, it's all mad. Yeah. Large up for the super chat, Drizzy. Big up Flawless and the gang. Black Diamond says Sarcasm City, gang. Yo, big up everyone who's locked. You know what I'm saying? Large up Sasha, big up Calamity Jones, large up everyone. But let's get to it anyway.
Yeah, thanks,
of
Sasha,
course,
by the way. She called me a queen. You're
yes,
a queen.
large
Can I
up
just
Sasha.
say
Large
something,
up all the
please?
Sarcasm City Queens. No, I'm vetoing you right now.
No,
Yo,
it's actually
this better
relevant.
be good. This bet, if you don't land here, I'm not letting you land for the rest of the show. So are you sure you want to go here?
Yeah.
All right, go on.
Can you go to Eleanor first about the game? Because I want to wait for my DS slander until Jan comes on.
That's actually very valid because I was going to go to Eleanor first in regards to the game.
you.
So you landed. You get me? I can't believe you just textbook landed.
Well done.
Very
You've been in the air for a whole week.
Yes, you've been in the air for a long time, fam. You've been hella air time.
You
And
finally landed.
Landed, he did. So yeah, you lot get any questions in it. Don't have to be on the Premier League, but I'm sure it will be. But yes, we will go to Eleanor. She was at the game, seeing her Spurs side beat Manchester City on the opening day. So yeah, Eleanor, give us your thoughts. What was it like being back at the stadium? The atmosphere. I heard the City fans were terrible in terms of singing.
They were awful.
And thoughts.
Were they?
I mean, City fans, I didn't hear a peep from them. We actually sung songs to them and they still didn't reply. Like there was no reply. It was just silence. They clapped when De Bruyne came on. I think that's about it. Literally silence. But so normally I go to the games with my dad, but he was coming back from holiday today, so I didn't. And I was debating, do I go on my own? Do I not? And I was like, you know what? It's been 18 months since I've been in the stadium. I'm gonna go. Like, you know, people kill for these tickets. Like, do you know what I mean? I've got tickets. I'm going to go. I walked there on my own, like, you know, doing my whole normal, like, match day ritual just on my own. Got there was already, like, fans outside. Like, I met a few people that I've met from online. Big up Alex, which he knows who he is. He literally took me under his wing and, like, you know, was with me until we had to go to our seats and stuff, which was really sweet. And yeah, like it was just such a good day. We got in there, we were singing the whole time, and obviously it helps when you win. But for the thoughts on the game, being back at stadium was great. But thoughts on the game, I can't really fault too many people. Like I can't fault a lot of our players. I mean, Dele wasn't great, but at least he was trying. He hasn't tried. I haven't seen him try for our shirt in such a long time, and I actually knew he was trying. There was passion being given there. Skip, I thought for a young player that had just come back from you know, from loan, he was just brilliant. Like I was like, oh, like I just love him. Like he's just a little, like, you know, he's just come back from loan and he just was thrown in and done brilliantly. Shout out to Japhet Tanganga, because I am sorry, people wrote off Tanganga and we were sitting there saying, no, you're wrong, he's just got injuries. He was excellent today. He was my man of the match, like legit my man of the match. I thought Tanganga was brilliant. He dealt with it. He can play anywhere. He's so versatile. So I'm so happy he.
Do you know who Tanganga's first ever game for Spurs was against?
Liverpool. I know, and he played brilliantly. We lost, but he played very, very well against you lot as well.
He did. He was your best player. That I remember that.
Yeah, Do you know what it is? It's because he fights for the badge, and I could tell when he's defending, he fights. But the thing is with Tanganga, he had an option to go on loan, and he was the one person that refused it, and he refused it because he wanted to stay at Spurs, and he's proven that he can be ahead of 2 first place right backs. So, you know, and he's not really a right back, he's a centre back, and he can just play anywhere across that back line, and I think he's just so important. So I love it. I think he's so good. Also, I thought Skippy played well. Lucas Moura had a brilliant game. He had very, very good game, I felt. He played very, very well. He was dribbling with the ball, running through. So what I saw from the first half, I don't know if you lot agree. Obviously, it's different when you're at the game. So I haven't watched like highlights yet. But from what I saw was we were playing very wide in the first half. First 10 minutes, we were trying to cross balls in, get balls across the box and stuff. We didn't have a big presence in the box. Obviously, we didn't have Kane. So that game plan was not working, and it seemed like in the second half, although we didn't really change formation and the way we play, we didn't change formation, we changed the way we played. We're going very central, very narrow, and we were dribbling in balls literally through them, and I felt like that change of the way we played just changed the pace of the game, because in the first half I felt we weren't awful, but we weren't brilliant, and I felt like we were playing with like a Kane team. We needed a target man in that first half. The second half, we were playing very through the middle. We were letting our players dribble. We had players like Son and Lucas and Bergwijn, which are players that can dribble. So we were letting them dribble through rather than longing it to the wing and then, crossing it in, which is more what we were doing in the first half. So I felt like that was a good change in direction. Obviously, Son's goal. I need to rewatch it because I heard it was all a Diaz mistake. But
Diaz trying to block the ball.
All agenda aside, it was more Aki than Diaz. Like people are just trying to stick it on. People are. I can't believe I'm here.
Come on, you've got to blame Diaz for that. It was.
Who's more at fault, Aki or Diaz? For the goal.
I need to see the goal again.
Okay, then. So how you commenting on something you need to see again?
I just saw
Diaz. I need to see it again because I sat on the other side.
You know what I'm saying? It's clearly Diaz. I mean, it was clearly Aki. It was clearly Aki. I'm not saying Diaz is faultless. What I'm saying is that Aki Son's 2-footed.
But we know
don't let him put inside.
Average. Can we just talk about how useless Mendy was today?
All right,
Yeah,
let's
he
talk
was
about it.
rubbish.
You talk about it, innit? I'm all for slandering City. Let's go.
I felt like he was absolutely useless. I mean, I was upset when he went off. Like, I wanted him to stay
They're
on.
both
Like,
at fault.
you know, it's bad when you want someone to stay
I
off
would,
on the opposition
that's
team.
no answer to the question, innit? Don't do that. But go on, carry on, Eleanor. Don't try it,
Yeah.
fam. I've already smoked you today or once. You don't want to
They're
smoke
both
again.
at
Go on.
fault. Diaz
Fam,
shouldn't be blocking it
that
like
that wasn't the question. Who was more at fault?
Diaz.
How is Diaz more at fault when Aki's let him cut in?
Let me rewatch it.
Explain that
Because-
one. Nobody agrees with you on that, innit? But you agree with that. Yes, agenda's all well and run. Just say Diaz was at fault, but so was Aki. Aki's let him cut in. He started the
He's
issue.
let him cut in, but the way Diaz has
That's
gone
on
to block
Aki.
the
Okay,
ball
so
is
if Diaz,
so
no, so if Diaz
unorthodox.
let if Diaz let Aki cut inside, you wouldn't be talking about. If Diaz let Aki, if Diaz had done what Aki had done, we
But
wouldn't
what
be talking
Diaz
about
done
Aki.
looks more dumber as well.
Yeah,
Like, it
that's just to
looks
you
so
because you
dumb
have an
what he's
agenda
done.
in that. We all know that Diaz, Aki's more at fault. You never let your man cut inside. That's defending one-on-one.
I agree. I think they're both at fault massively.
And that's not
Honestly,
I didn't say
people
that.
saying Mendy
Well,
over Shaw actually do need to get in the bin. That comment is correct. Because honestly,
Yeah.
it's not. I'm not. Yeah, but I felt like we definitely obviously they had all the ball and whatever, but they weren't peppering Lloris. Like other times we played them under Mourinho, they were peppering Lloris. They weren't doing that today. It was different. I'm not saying that we outplayed them, but I'm just saying they didn't get close to Lloris too much.
I thought first half they peppered you a bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At the minute that tactical change where we changed the way we were playing, they weren't like all over us. I'm pretty sure they had like 4 or 5 shots.
They were toothless
It
second
wasn't
half.
like,
You defended
other
really
times
well
it's been,
second half.
but other times, Ryan, it's been double figures of shots.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you that like it wasn't the same feel. I wasn't there like holding my head like I am other times.
I do remember the last time you played City at your stadium. Was it last season 2-0 or something?
2-0, yeah.
And,
Again, that was
without the. I remember watching that game, and I think you defended well there, Mourinho masterclass. I know you wouldn't want to hear that, but that was a Mourinho. But I remember the season we won the league, and you played them because I remember that game as well.
or something.
And they pammed you in that game. They missed penalties and everything. Like,
oh yeah, but this is what I mean. Like, obviously they can't score at our ground. It's great.
yeah.
I mean, can we just shout out because are you watching Harry Kane? Are you watching?
Yeah, let's not get into the Kane debate today.
That was no,
It got
not a Kane
heated
debate.
earlier
That
on
was
a
just
bit. Let's not do the Kane
excellent.
debate today.
Kane
Ryan don't want no
debate,
more smoke. That's what it is. Ryan
that was just
smoked.
The
I didn't get
fan that
smoked.
started that.
Smoked from. That's the chat. That's the chat. Smoked
The
from.
fan that started that deserves a statue because that was excellent. The whole ground was singing, "Are you watching Harry Kane?" It was excellent.
Was he actually at the game? I really want to know if he was in the stadium.
I really hope he was. But it was brilliant. The atmosphere though was excellent. Can we just shout out when Tanganga came off? We all clapped. Because he walked round and we were singing "He's One of Our Own" to Japhet Tanganga, and I just thought I wanted to cry. Like he's been with us since like child, and like he loves our club, and I just think that is great. But yeah, you can read out your super chat now. I've just read it. You're muted. I can't hear you.
Right, I'm on mute. Because I was eating. First, like the video for Flawless is awful dancing. Secondly, we love you, Eleanor. We do. We love you, Eleanor. We do. We love you, Eleanor. We do.
Timo's
Eleanor,
drunk, man.
We love you. Timo's wasted. And again, Timo, I said this to you yesterday when you spoke on my dancing. Upload a video of you dancing in it. I guarantee you won't do it, fam. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you dancing was all right.
I can dance. I don't know what he's talking about. It's always these
Your
guys.
dancing's all right. Your dance is good still.
These animals waved. You know what I'm saying? Man was under the influence, as you could tell in it. Like Nuruddin and them man got me 2 waved in it, buying me drinks and that. That's what happened in it. But shout out the whole gang. I know I can dance and that. Like I said, it's always these IKEA.
What drinks were they buying you? Boring JD.
Nah, I asked him for a JD and he got me something stronger. I don't know if it was Cavossier and Coke.
Like JD's not strong. Are you mad?
Yeah, JD's strong, and I'm a lightweight anyway. But whatever.
It was the exciting vodka.
I don't drink vodka in it. You know what I'm saying? Dark drinks. I don't drink clear drinks from. You know what I'm saying?
Remember when I drank vodka at yours?
Yes, I'm fully aware in it. But large up Timo for the super chat. But like I said, Timo in it, we're waiting on you to upload a video of you dancing in it because he said he can teach me. So let me get to this. Flawless, if you want a dancing teacher, I can teach you. Secondly, Ryan, stop stinking up these Federer agenda of yours. Yeah, I didn't get that tweet at all.
Look, all I said, was Federer might be making up injuries because he's scared of that he can't compete with Djokovic now.
Oh, was that it? Okay, I didn't understand the tweet. Now you made it a bit clearer, but I was a little bit lost.
I'm injured for many months. Man didn't even give a exact time scale, you know.
Man
He's
said
scared
this
of Djokovic, man. He knows he
man
can't
said-
win anything.
Man said this like I'm watching. Like I don't watch tennis. You know what I'm saying? It's like when people get onto me about Poch and PSG and that. Like I watch League on week in week out. Like I might do
You know
this.
what I mean?
I might do. I
Eleanor,
might
who's
do
your
this.
tennis coach?
I might do this. What's it called in it? This season,
Right.
but like previous
I
seasons
stick
have
to
not.
football.
Yeah, like
I
you
stick to football.
tweeting me about tennis. Like I haven't watched. I can't tell you the last time I watched a Grand Slam match.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I don't know.
I don't watch tennis like that. Last time I was watching tennis, I think Murray was still playing.
Ali A. Okay, Kane wasn't in the
active.
stadium. That's fine, but he still might be
Mm.
watching on TV. That's fine.
Oh yeah,
He
you would
said
have heard
that-
it.
You obviously was watching on TV.
You definitely would have
fine.
heard that chant.
I was like, he
100%.
heard it. It's cool.
And don't you think he's
I'm
on
glad.
social media where you would have heard it as well? Like, seeing it.
He's
You would
quick
have
to
of
praise
course he
golf
knows.
players, though. He's quick to praise golf players. We haven't even heard him praise our performance today. Bye.
Yeah, the thing is though, because he's just like the bed he's made. If he praises, it's kind of like, oh, you just pandering to the team. If he don't praise, it's his fault though. What you're saying is not wrong. It's just he can't do anything because of the position he's put himself
Yeah, I
in
get
now.
that. No,
He
I
can't
do
do
get that.
anything right.
He's
Yeah, he
damned
can't
if he
do
does,
nothing
damned
right.
if he doesn't. But
Yes.
do anyway, just to try and mend something.
He's really like he really has messed up like in that.
Yeah.
Considering this is, I was
Yeah,
someone that would
actually.
back him like Ryan does.
Yeah,
Nah, he's not handled it well. I'll admit he's not handled the whole situation well.
I'm only bringing these up because they're super chats, unfortunately, in it. I would like to clarify this is normal Timo, not the Belfast Timo. I have no idea why you man think I'm waved because you always talking ish, fam. You're like Ryan, innit? You and Ryan are cut from the same cloth. I don't know what's going on recently.
Yeah, but
you had a cut.
Oh, you
from the
see me
same
when
cloth.
I'm waved. I don't chat shit when I'm waved.
You just chat shit all the time. You get me? Waved or not, fam. You know
I'm
what I'm
just
saying?
busy spilling
It don't
drinks
matter.
in Man City when I'm.
Yeah, all type. You doing all types of wild stuff and that.
What
That's
are
what it
you doing?
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. What
It's
you
all
doing?
mad. It's all mad. Yeah. Why did you
Yeah,
make
can
some
we
great
just
stuff?
talk about this? I was just about
go
to talk about this.
Go on.
We've been
Go
the
on.
most expensive lineup today.
Yeah,
Like,
You did, and you made a great point when you said normally when City lose, they've peppered the team that
yeah,
they played against. There was never really times where I thought City started off well, and I was like, this is going to
They
get
did.
long.
they
for
started
Spurs.
well.
Very well, but then minus that there was no second wave, there was no third wave, even with the
Nothing.
changes they made bringing on De Bruyne. I thought Pep's subs were very strange, taking off Mahrez and Sterling.
They were.
I thought
Mahrez
you
was
lose
right.
That was
there.
strange. But
Yeah.
then again, we took off Tanganga and put Matt Doherty on, which was also strange. But
Yeah, but he likes Matt Doherty. Do you know?
but
Yeah,
I
that's his
don't.
man.
I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the thing is, yeah, they had a lot of money in that, but I don't know, it's just something about them playing at Spurs that they just don't seem to show up. Whereas like we had a lot of our youngsters on, like, you know, Tanganga and Skip. We didn't have Kane on. We just had a lot of people that fought for the badge. Like Lucas today fought so much. I felt like Lucas did very, very well. And I'm always quick to judge Lucas, like I have been. Dyer, shout out to Eric Dyer, because I'm always slandering him. Always. Like I'm like first person to. It was good today. It was very good today considering his level. I thought he did very well dealing with it. They need a 9. Like they just need a number 9. So come on, where's your money? That should.
You know
give
what
us
I'll
your
say?
money,
You know what you were saying about like Tottenham being a bogey ground for City. I don't really like take stock in all this bogey ground and bogey team shit in it. Unless
They
there's a
never
reason
scored
for
there, though,
it.
so it is a bit weird.
And you know what I think the reason could be for it is that I think they've beaten you in the league. You've beaten them 3 times in a row at Spurs Stadium. Am I right? City.
Yeah.
I think the
Every
first
time we
2,
play
what you have to
them.
remember, they're under Mourinho, who Pep has notoriously struggled against, even when he was at Barcelona.
Has he?
And like he struggled against when Inter Milan came. Like Mourinho, he's gotten results against Pep in the past,
Yeah,
and then he's
100%.
come up
Yes.
against
I don't know
Nuno,
if he's
who has
struggled.
also had results against Pep in the past, who kind of knows a good game plan against him. You know, he did the double over him a couple of seasons ago, Nuno, so he knows how to play against Pep as well. And yeah, there have been slices of luck in those games, City missing chances, but at the end of the day, I think just Spurs, Mourinho and Nuno in a couple of those games probably just got their tactics right against Pep. I don't think it's any of this bogey ground or anything.
Oh, it adds into it though. When you have a bad record somewhere, it definitely
It plays in your
I think
mind.
games does play.
It does play in your mind, but I don't really take like if
Same way-
Liverpool.
Same way if you
He's
have a
Liverpool's
good, same way if
goalkeeper.
you have a no, same way if you have a good record somewhere, it plays.
Can we
in your
just
mind.
can we just see how ironic it was when Grealish was telling, who was it, Lucas, that or he was telling Lucas or Son that he was diving when Grealish was literally diving all game. So very, very ironic. The irony there
Grealish
was
dived in the first
quite
minute,
funny.
to be fair.
He
dived in the first minute, Grealish, to be honest.
Grealish was diving all game, yet he was telling us about diving. I was dying. It was a very, very funny day.
Because he's at City, he's not getting away with this anymore. He used to play for fouls a lot, and I love Grealish, but he used to play for fouls all the time at Villa. But now, because he's at City, referees are keeping their eye on him, and not letting him off.
I think Grealish is going to succeed. I'm not going to write him off.
I'm not saying he won't. Grealish is definitely going to succeed. I personally thought he was City's best player today, to be honest, in my opinion.
I just thought the diving was very ironic. He told Moura to stop diving when he was literally diving all game. I thought the ref was awful, but then again, I was there and I'm very biased when I'm there, so I need to.
You're always biased towards. Every fan's biased towards the ref when they go to games. It's natural.
Honestly, I was very angry with him. We were celebrating the one foul we got. Like it was quite. We were singing "You're not fit to be a referee." It was quite. We were quite attacked. Literally, we were attacking him. So I feel like I've got a very. When you go to a game, when you go to games, you've got a very different view to when you're sitting at home and you're watching everything quite like subjectively.
Yeah.
I'm like, we were brilliant. You were awful.
It's weird when I'm at games in the stadium. I always you feel the more emotion. Kind of I analyze the game better when I watch it on TV for some reason. You actually analyze it better watching it on TV because at games you're singing.
Oh yeah. You can't see everything as well.
Also, plus at home when I'm watching it, I can cuss players in it. So if Salah does dumb shit, I can say, Salah, you prick, in it. But at the game, I can't say that because I'll get my head kicked in it if I say that. So
fair enough.
No,
shout out to my row, by the way. They were all very lovely. I was there on my own and they were all singing with me and talking.
Love to hear that.
It was like a lovely family. So shout
you
out
had a
to
lovely
Block
picture I saw
257
of you.
It was good. I've never been to a game on my own. It was good.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm glad she ignored you get me your comment as well. Let
What
me
did
get to
you
the
say?
super chat.
I ignore him sometimes. What did you say?
We all ignore him. He was like, "Oh, you had a lovely picture." You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with the statement. It's just who it came from, innit?
You know how badly I get treated on this channel.
You know that picture I made Alex take. I made him wait and take the picture.
Alex, please take a picture of me.
Yeah, you're gonna get jealous of
Alex.
Alex.
I can send you the message. I'm messaging him saying, "Don't leave because I need you to take a picture."
I respect that still. I need this shot. I respect it. I respect it. Large up Drizzy does for the super chat. Love. He says, I think City need Kane immediately. Grealish is so trash. He didn't offer anything at all. Spurs were killing City midfield with their counter. Obviously, counter-attacking, which they did. It's great to see City get beat. One thing I will say is everyone writing off City. Yeah, we can run jokes and run.
City.
They're still Manchester City. They're still Pep. Grealish, I've seen a few comments, people saying, "Oh, Grealish, he might not have been good today. He'll be fine." In it,
they're gonna get Kane.
Figure this out. Now. People forget
Grealish
City
just took on that they can't beat Spurs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he put a shirt on. He just remembered that we can't win it. Can we just say, since Pep called us the Harry Kane team, we've played them 4 times without Kane, and they haven't beaten us.
There you go. He's give them that incentive, and then there's another thing. Let's not forget, City last season were 8th and 9th, and then they won 21 games in a row in it. So just be careful, people. You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, this could actually be a bit detrimental for the long term because I genuinely think they're defo getting Kane now.
That's fine. Pay up now because they have to pay.
Now
you have to pay.
Spurs have seen
your money down. You have realized how much you need him because today they were awful.
That's what they've realized. They've realized how much they need him.
Yeah, that's so now Levy's sitting there thinking, "You think I'm going to lower my price? You're mad."
I'm not being funny.
You're mad.
The second half, especially City, looked toothless. It was genuinely like the Champions League final. They just did not look like scoring. They just didn't. They didn't. And then they're bringing on Gabriel Jesus. Come on now, innit?
The minute Nuno changed the way we were playing and made us go more through the middle rather than out wide, because we didn't have that big target man to go out wide, I felt like they didn't know how to deal with it. Lucas can dribble through, Son can dribble through, and obviously they were spinning their defense, and I felt like it was a very good tactical change to try out from the wing and then to go through the middle. And I felt like it really changed the way we were looking for passes. Dele was looking for a straight pass straight through the middle to get to Son or the Lucas or the Bergwijn. Bergwijn should have scored. Bergwijn should have made it 2-0, and then I could have chilled. But I haven't seen them miss properly because it was on the other side. Because I was sitting at the south, so they were scoring the other side. But we actually thought it would go in, and then it didn't. Like, should have been a goal. From what I saw, it should have been a goal.
Yeah, and for those that are asking in the chat as well, yes, Ryan does celebrate when Salah scores because we've been on watch-alongs and he celebrated. When
you know what? This pisses me off when people say this. Because literally, like, I don't hate any Liverpool player. I just think Salah is overrated, and he's detrimental to the team sometimes when he's not scoring. That's all I think. But I celebrate when any Liverpool player scores because they're scoring for my team. That's literally all. It pisses me off, because I was thinking about this earlier on, because I saw it in the comments. When I'm criticizing a player, Ryan's a fake fan, Ryan's not a Liverpool fan. I'm like,
he's definitely not fake.
You say that, innit? Like, he's not a fake fan. Pisses me off.
No. I get what you're saying. I will defend him here. He's 100 and as much as is bad, he's 120% Liverpool, like through and through. In it, like if you cut him, he would bleed that imaginary bird. You get what I'm saying? And that, like, 100%. We've had debates like off air. Like 100%, yeah. Like, never mind. I was gonna make a comment, but what your bird is, and you're a female, so let's not go there. But yeah, like Ryan is 100%. I was but then I realized
am I not allowed to criticize a player? Am I not allowed to have an opinion on a player?
No. Of course you can. You know
it's this guy at the bottom saying it. Oh, you always diss Salah. They're like, fuck off, innit? Genuinely,
relax, man.
It's pissed me off.
I get it, innit?
I'll give it the viewers.
Yo, Ryan versus the commenter. He took in the Yan role. Get off your chest, go on. Get off your chest.
It's an opinion. It's an opinion, literally.
Yeah,
so what? If you don't like it, fuck off then, genuinely.
Nah, he is, what's it called? Again, and me and him go back and forth all the time. I'll vouch for him, innit? He's a Liverpool fan through and through, innit? Trust me. You don't go to that dump of a ground week in, week out and support that club without loving it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason why he's so critical of his team is because he wants the best for his team. And like I've said this before, do I agree with what he says? Do I agree with him as harsh as he is on Salah? No. But I understand where he comes from to an extent. But do I think he's harsh? Yes. But he's fully Liverpool through and through, in it. Like, he's not no fake. He's not no fake.
If Doherty scores for us, I'm gonna celebrate, even though I think he's agent Arsenal.
Like, I'm critical of I'm critical of our manager, and I understand where his frustration comes because I've had that type of thing in it. Like,
I got that.
You got it as well. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I get it now.
Like, I'm sure Jan might have had it. Jan has never had it because their team just be winning all the time, so there's no room for that. But us three have had turbulent times. You get what I'm saying? Like, turbulent times in recent. But I get where his frustration comes from, and yes, he wasn't talking to like you specifically in the comments. He was just saying in general people, and I understand that. Don't call me a fake fan because we have a difference of opinion.
No, yeah,
like, that's personal.
I get that all the time.
Don't do that, like, because that is wrong, in it. Like, there's a lot to criticize Ryan about. That's not one of them. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty. I'll give you a list.
And I'm gonna say some stuff in a minute that a certain person's gonna criticize me about in the scene.
Yeah, here we go.
Something about a Portuguese defender, you know.
We're gonna get to that. Before you get to that, Jan, how you doing? Are you good?
You did 7.
Yeah, Jan, are you good?
I'm fine.
All right, love to hear it.
You look good today. You look good today. Both of you look 15 out of 10 today, as usual. You know.
I've got a smile, so I'm happy.
Yeah. Ellen is just too happy to even be engaged in your bullshit, and Jan's just used to it. It's like water off a duck's back. But here we're serious.
No, both of you literally like looking. Like, yeah, you're looking good.
I'm high, yeah.
A bit dead, flawless. Today, but Flawless, you're looking a bit dead today. But the two, I feel very fortunate to be working regularly with two beautiful girls. You know, I feel very fortunate to be working.
Let me get to this anyway. You not continue to get your questions in, innit? You continue to get your questions in. Flawless, can Pogba break the assist record? This assist record this season. What a record are we talking about?
Can I just say
one second before he says it? No. I want to know what is he talking? Is he talking United? Is he talking Pogba zone?
No,
is he talking overall? What's he talking about?
I think he's talking the 20 assists, which De Bruyne and Henry have. I think that's
again, a lot of context and things. If he stays 100% fit, if he's played in an attacking position, yes. I say this all the time about this man. It's crazy. Play your attacking players in an attacking position. It makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? I wanted to create. One sec. I wanted to create content for you lot. You know what I'm saying? So what did I go and get? Apart from Ryan, go and get quality content creators. And look now, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole, like, you put people in position. Like, you play him in an attacking role and he'll get, like, he was balling out yesterday, but he's done that in the past. Not the 4 assists. I'm talking about those type of performances. Because those assists yesterday weren't like he just passed it 5 yards and man stuck it 25. Like, that pass for Greenwood is a top quality pass. That pass for Bruno, we've seen that get overhit time and time again. Trust me, I've played ball. I overhit that pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's very easy to do. And since I'm here talking, you get me, about Manchester United, man, like Deviant in the building, what are you telling me?
Yes, what's happening?
Good. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Man's blessing that. I'm getting a feedback from you, fam. You got headphones?
I was looking for him before. I'll have another look. I couldn't find him, and have a quick talk about.
No stress. But go on, get to it, Jan. I just had to give Pogba.
I was just going to say in the comments, because I was having a discussion with someone. I can't remember. It might have been Ryan or something. And I was saying about how, because he was saying Pogba's better than De Bruyne. And I was saying that consistently, De Bruyne has been the best player in the league. Do you know what I mean? In terms of how he plays, right? So he was saying, but Pogba has more talent than him, like in terms of what he can do. But what I was saying is, if they have that talent but they don't show it, they're not really rated. So I said Benjamin Mendy, before we signed him, he mashed us up single-handedly. Like, I've never seen a left back mash City up the way Mendy did, right? So we bought him. He was brilliant in his first few games. Then he got injured, and then he got injured again. So basically, the injury that Van Dijk has, Benjamin Mendy had twice. So he's been really affected by injuries, right? So we have never seen him reach his basically potential ever since then. Like, don't get me wrong, before he got injured, he was very good for us, and he did help us win the league in his first season. But we haven't seen that. So I can't turn around. This is what I was saying to, I'm sure it was Ryan. I can't turn around and say to you, oh, Benjamin Mendy,
yeah, you said it yesterday.
Clear of Shaw, because Shaw has been better than Mendy. Doesn't matter who is more talented in terms of as a player when they're at their best. Because when Benjamin Mendy is at his best, he's one of the best left backs in the league. But he hasn't shown that in the league. So I'm not going to sit here and argue that he's one of the best left backs, because he has performances like today where he was by far the worst player on the pitch. So it's just one of them things. Like, that's why I have an issue when people say, yeah, but on paper, this player is great. Because we have players that on paper are very, very good. But if they don't turn up and you get beat, it's just one of them, innit? You're not going to look at it the same way. Like, is Benjamin Mendy as bad as he was today? Not usually, no. But does it matter? Not really. So, do you know what I mean? It's just one of them things. I think in terms of talent alone, there's a lot of players that probably could have had a better career. But if you don't show it consistently, you're not going to be rated higher than others. You know what I mean?
That's a very valid point. And that's someone who obviously you lot know. I'm a massive fan of Pogba. What you're saying there is a consistency thing. And does he help himself all the time on the pitch? No. Well, similar to you with Sterling, the reason why I'm such a solid defender of Pogba is because I believe he gets overly criticized because he gets stuff off the pitch. And that's the same.
Yo, did you see that same with today?
Yeah, like now he set the bar. You know what I'm saying?
And the star of the show, but yeah, Pogba was the best player in the pitch by a mile.
Not even Bruno though, who got the hat trick.
You know how much if you would have said Bruno,
if you would have said Bruno with the hat trick, I would have been like, all right, at least you're you're hiding a little bit.
Do you know what I think it is though? Because obviously we know the sort of undertones that come with.
Sorry, just gotta welcome my favorite Ryan to the show as well. My G, me young king. What are you telling me, fam?
I'm good, man. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, man. Oh, bless them. For those asking for a representative of Champions of Europe, here you go in it. Don't say I don't deliver. But go on, carry on.
Got them on tap, ain't ya?
Yeah, Chelsea. There's too many of them.
We were European champions years ago.
Yeah, we don't care. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We don't care.
Sorry.
But yeah, like you know about the racial undertones and stuff that when they talk about Pogba. We already know about that. I've discussed that countless times.
100%.
It's on top of that though. Today, I think he exposed himself again for something else because he was going on about him being an £100 million player, right? And I've noticed he seems to have an issue. And maybe that is why he brought up Greenwood and not Bruno. Do you think, because I'm thinking, because he's Liverpool, and I've had so many arguments with Liverpool fans online where they're like, oh, you just buy everyone. And then at the same breath, they're saying FSG out. So it's like, pick a side. You
Well,
either
I said
want
this the other week.
or you don't want to do it.
I agreed with you the other week when I said, why do our fans all the time say City ruining football on Twitter, but yet, why don't you go in on our owners instead of going in on City's owners when City's owners are doing the right thing? Do you get what I mean? Do you remember I had a rant about that?
Yeah. Because whether you agree with what City do or not, most of the big six that aren't doing what
your club to do it.
Healthy aside, everyone else wants their club. They're arguing for their club to do what City are doing. And the thing is, like, it's not like we spend 100 million a season and everyone else spends 10 million. If that was the case, then I'd be like, okay, you know what? He's taking the piss now. You're spending 10 times what everyone else is spending. It's not really the case. I think nowadays, if you want a good player, you have to pay a certain price. Do you know what I mean? And it's like Eleanor was saying a few weeks ago, like if Harry Kane is worth 160 million to Spurs, you're not going to get him for 25 million. It's not going to happen. Do you know what I mean? So I think the market is a bit mad anyway. But at the same time, it's just like them things like now, like when they put them price tags on people's heads and then expect them to perform. It's a bit like you're telling them you have to be the best in the league because of your price tag. But that's not necessarily
according
the case.
to Souness today, when you're a £100 million player, you're supposed to get 4 assists. You have to get 4 assists in it. So if Grealish doesn't get 4 assists every game, he failed in it. I don't want to hear if you get 2, if he gets 3. Like, you know one thing about
I don't want to hear it. We don't care.
I want to hear it. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm off the Madrid.
Yeah, but no one even gets 4 assists. It happens like once in a blue. The only people that have
like 10 people. It's like 10 players in 20 years.
Last season.
2 Tottenham players and 3 Arsenal players. That's it. Yeah. And then Pogba. And then I've seen Gundogan do it in a FA Cup game. I've seen him do it in an FA Cup game. But that's it. Right? It's rare. And I wouldn't say Gundogan is our best player because he got 4 assists in a game. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not better than all the players combined.
According to Souness, that's the bar when you're 100 million in it.
Can I say something about the Mike Richards thing as well?
Go on.
Is I think Mike Richards is the best pundit on Sky Sports, by the way. Like, he's my favourite on it anyway. And I love the way he was defending Pogba as well. But one thing I think should I say he should have done it, but I would have loved to see it as well, was him actually calling out Souness saying, why do you never give Pogba credit? Do you get what I mean? Why do you refuse to give? I would have liked to see him have called him out for that as well.
Do you know what I think though? Do you know what I predict is going to happen, right? Which is bullshit, but I predict it's going to happen. I bet you any money, right? Micah Richards comes out with an apology in a few days because
I don't think he will. No, I don't think that'll happen.
I think them lot are going to complain about him, because he challenged them and they were like, let's move on. And he was like, no. Like, but I like it because I like to see it. Because
it's crazy. When does Souness ever say that? When does Souness ever want to not have a discussion in that? You know what I'm saying? That's how you know, innit? Like, if you ever hear Ryan or me say we don't want to have the discussion, that means that we know that we're fucked up. We know we've lost it. If you ever hear me or Ryan go on the show, let's move on. I don't want to talk about it.
Say I don't want to talk about it. I've lost that argument.
And what's even crazy is you've got a Manchester City guy in it. You've got a Manchester City former player on there defending Pogba. That's the crazy part. You have rival fans, whether it's Liverpool, whether it's City, going right. This Souness thing with Pogba's off. I've had people who are fans of Liverpool who Souness is like, he is a Liverpool legend to them because of what he did as a player. Saying
he's a legend of the club as a player, but as a person, he's an absolute prick.
But this is what I'm saying. How bad must you be? How much of a prick you must be for your own fans to go? Don't like you slating a rival fan. Go on, right?
I can't stand the guy.
Yeah, they tried to move on for it and say, "Oh, we'll speak about it next week." It's one of them ones where you meet a friend and say, "Oh, I'll see you soon," and that you never see him again, bro. It's one of them.
Them ones in it. You know, you'll see
speak about it next week.
You can't come on.
Yeah, 100%. But and
you
the
know
fact
what?
is,
It's good though. It's good what Micah Richards did, isn't it? I like Micah Richards because he doesn't kind of just do whatever. Because I criticized him last year because the whole racism thing, you know, when they were talking about racism, and he kind of was like, he said something like, "Oh, you know, it's not racist." I can't remember what it was, but he said something like he didn't agree that it was racist, and like everyone kind of got onto him because they said like, "Why are you feeding into this?" Like, and it seems like now he's kind of moved away from that, and he's willing to call people out, which is nice. I understand, like, obviously he's not going to call him out on TV about maybe you're racist because you don't rate Pogba, because that just opens a whole can of worms. Even though everyone else can kind of see it, I wouldn't. If I was him, I wouldn't call that out live on air.
No, you have to be smarter with it.
To be fair, outside of
I would have said, if I was him, I would have liked to see him say something like, "Why do you never give Pogba credit, even when he plays well?" I would have liked to see something like that.
Yeah.
I think that could have been good enough too.
I just want to large up Kevin as well, because this guy's been here for like 3 months on this channel. Yeah, this guy doesn't say anything else. He just drops a super chat of $1.99 because he knows I have to read it out, saying "Super Champions of Europe, we know what we are," and then he just disappears into the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? This is all he says. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, my connection went.
Right, bro.
Connection went.
Yeah,
man, my connection went. But yeah, like I said, large up Kevin, because he don't say nothing. This guy ain't said nothing else on the channel at all, apart from Champions of Europe. We know what we are with a $1.99 super chat. That's it. You know what I'm saying? On NBA streams, not even football streams. That's it. Large up Kevin, because you support. You getting your agenda across. I respect the consistency. You know, large up Kevin. Because if my team had that consistency, we'd probably win the league and that. You know what I'm saying? Large up Kevin. This guy's been dropping the same super chat for one night for 3 months. Super Champions of Europe. We know what we are. 3 months straight. Every stream's $1.99, isn't it? Large up Kevin, man.
100% attendance in that, bro.
Yeah, man, 100.
He comes in. He's one of them kids. He comes in to do one lesson and that, and then he cuts at that, bro. We ain't there for the whole day. Bro, man's just rolling up at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. We see him gone and that, bro.
Pick up Kevin.
Facts. Yeah. Large up Kevin.
Can we get on to, before we forget, don't think I've forgotten, you know, I know we went on to something else. I wanted to talk about a certain Portuguese centre-back who
people get your agenda and let you two go at it, because that's what everybody wants.
Comparing him to Van Dijk, all this.
Wait, before we get there, hold up, before we get there, because, you know, you just right that you sparked up there, you know, get ready for this deviant. He's been here often enough. Let me just get to the super chat before you two go at it, you know what I'm saying? Large up Timo for the super chat. He says Arsenal concourse on Sunday. Oh, we gonna talk about Arsenal. Don't worry, innit? Like, they gonna get more. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk about Arsenal.
Definitely talk about Arsenal. This is the week that I talk about Arsenal.
This is the dream weekend.
They are literally just like
a great weekend.
Arsenal are literally just a pinata. You know what I'm saying?
Who came up
they're literally the pinata just hanging in it. That's what they are. They're the Premier League bands pinata. You feel what I'm saying? Everyone just.
Has anyone used the term slanter yet?
Slanter, no. Well, that's
slander banter.
Yeah, I say it, man. They are Arsenal are just premium. A team, Arsenal are premium. You can't get it on the shelf, custom made bands. You get what I'm saying? In that, like, you have to pre-order it, specially made bands. They are just like you did just a gift that keeps on giving in it. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, them playing
like them
on
generational
Friday.
Talent comedians.
Yes,
like once in a lifetime, like the Richard Prayers, and like because that's good in it, and Arsenal aren't. But like them once in a lifetime jokes.
Yeah, for bants, you know what I'm saying? They are up there, you get what I'm saying? And that. So here we go with it. Arsenal concourse on Saturday. Let me get to this. Champions of Europe, we know what we are. Champions of Europe. Large up the Chelsea fans in the chat. Chelsea fan TV, this is, you owe me a check, because the amount of Chelsea propaganda that is on this channel is fucking ridiculous. And it's mad. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me. You know,
if people only came on the channel and you were reading out super chats, they'd think you were a Chelsea fan, bro.
Yeah, man. It happened on the NBA, because I was doing a Copa America watch along, and there was an NBA watch along going on, and it was like 4 man on it, and it was all Chelsea fans, Peter, Timo, and somebody asked in the comments, like, is this a Chelsea channel? It's like, no, it's not. It just happened to be here. And I say it's Lewis's fault, innit? Lewis brought all of Stamford Bridge with him, innit? I let one man in, and then man just brought. You know what it is? It's like when
it's one of them ones. You gave You gave one person chewing gum at school and then everyone's just there asking.
Yeah, bust the packet open. It's like back in the day when you invite one person to your house party and you say, "Yo, don't bring everyone," and they just bring the whole of the ends. This guy brought
20 people.
Bring the 20 people. This guy brought the whole of Stamford Bridge with him. That's why Deviant's laughing. Dogs. Man brought the whole of the ends. All the man
at the bridge. You Chelsea people tune into Ballers at the Bridge because love that.
Ballers at the Bridge. That is the actual Chelsea show on the channel, in it, so you can get your fix every fortnightly Fridays.
So you love that. 11. That is made for you lot. So definitely tune into that. And you know, Peter is brilliant. So yeah.
Facts. As is Timo, as much as it pains me to admit it, as is Mo as well.
Timo, I don't know if he's a co-host or whatever.
Oh yeah. Timo's a co-host. Yes,
we got a great panel there already.
Yeah. Lovely plug that, Eleanor. Very proud. Hey, Ryan,
Peter's not Winter Surfer, is it?
Nah. Winter Surfer is another Chelsea fan. Ironically, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought that's why I was mixing them up because I knew he was a Chelsea.
Because they all merge into one, man. Just all this this merging of Blue saying champions of Europe. It's all I hear, man. You know what I'm saying? And,
that shit's
what
annoying.
it is. But go on. This is what people have been waiting for, innit? So Ryan, go and get your ish off your chest. I know you've been waiting for it, so let's go.
Flawless. Quickly.
Before let him go. Let Ryan S go. Go on. Yeah. He's just trying to
before Ryan and Yan go at it. Nathan asked the question: how many goals do I think Lukaku will score? I think he'll score 15 to 20 in the Prem, and then 5 to 10 outside the Prem. So probably like 25 goals, just because of the chances we create. But listen, guys, you have to give me like a couple minutes. Man's gonna get the popcorn. Chris, watch Ryan
I'm just gonna sit here.
I'm not even arguing.
All right,
I'm gonna sit here smiling because I don't have to get involved.
Well, can I just say one thing before he starts? Yeah,
this gonna be good.
This is based on 0%. If you actually watched the game today, Diaz did make one mistake, right? He was solid for the other 90 whatever minutes.
That mistake lost you the game.
He did. Okay. The mistake, but what you need to remember.
No, we'll get on to
he wasn't okay. So he made a mistake. That's fine. That's what happens every game when a defender plays. They tend to make a mistake or two. His led to a goal, fair enough, but he wasn't the only one at fault for that because
he wasn't. He wasn't.
that was a goal way before it even got anywhere near Diaz. If we're being honest. So yeah,
sorry,
I'm not really.
Yes, that's what we're referring to Arsenal to as well. Now it's not no Gunners thing in it. They are now the water pistols. You know what I'm saying? That's what they are. The water pistols, the Super Soaker 5000s. You know what I'm saying? That's what they are now. But go on.
I think we already know most under the cost manager for doing the most.
Oh yeah, he won that by Yeah,
Arteta won that by country miles. Still, just a spoiler alert, people.
Like I said, he did the Usain Bolt thing. Man slowed down and beat his chest with his lace untied, innit? You know what the worst part about it was, though, Deviant? Nobody was shocked. It wasn't an upset.
I wasn't shocked
like,
at all.
My God. This is my point. Nobody was shocked, apart from Ty. That was it. Nobody in the world of football.
You know what? Ty was shocked, to be honest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying in that.
I seen people tweeting about Arsenal, like they were laughing at Arsenal or whatever, and I was like, all right, cool. And then when I seen that they lost 2-0 to Brentford, I was only like mildly surprised that it was Brentford in it. I was like, oh well.
See that? Mildly. A championship.
Do you know what's mad about it?
A shot.
Before the game kicked off, everyone was predicting a Brentford win. It's not like it them where you're like, Arsenal's got this wrapped up. Everyone that I saw was like, Brentford are going to win tonight. Arsenal are going to lose the first game.
How do you go into a match against Brentford as the underdogs?
Like, newly promoted Brentford, and you're the underdog.
They came up through the playoff.
Arsenal's got a whole country stressing that. They got a whole nation stressing that, man. Like the president.
The underdogs at Brighton.
You man are facing a newly promoted side, and you're the underdog.
Bottom of the league in 20 minutes.
Oh my God!
How is that possible?
That was the one. That was the best one that they went from the top to the bottom of the league in 20 minutes. That was hilarious.
How are you the underdogs facing a newly promoted side, yo? You were the underdog. They were the favorites.
Brentford, everyone knew Brentford.
Now, you know what the funniest thing is?
I would have been more surprised if Arsenal won.
That's true, actually.
That would have been a bigger shock if Arsenal
would have been. They're going to be on 0 points after 3 games.
You know what I'm saying? You're underdogs against a championship side.
If they've got Leeds next, it's a wrap for Arsenal.
No,
they
they've got Chelsea and
They got
City
Chelsea and City.
They're
Go
going to
get
get
into that.
3
Go on,
defeats.
Yo, they got Chelsea and City,
Oh.
man. And they got
Why you got-
Spurs.
why-
They got what? They got the cojones.
This was
derby
the
coming
game
up
they
against
need to
Watford. They got
win.
United. Yeah, they did.
Yo, what
You know what I'm
Lukaku
saying?
will do to
They
Burnley.
Nah,
needed to
they're-
beat
January,
Brentford.
yeah.
They did. Yo, this was for their
Arsenal might
relegation
get
fight.
relegated.
Now, I don't think they will because I think there's 3 worse teams. But they
This
could
could
be
be
in
a
the scrap.
record, you know.
Yeah,
Could
they
be a
could
record.
They could
Arsenal
finish in the
season
bottom
could be
half.
Arsenal season could be over in
You know what
August.
Wait. Man said could. Did you see Ian Wright, fam? Did you see Ian Wright in the
Yeah,
stand
he looked
looking
broken.
stressed?
Oh, he
broken,
looked
man. Game week
depressed,
1.
bro.
One.
sorry.
Wait, let's
You're
not get off
flawless.
this. How are you
You know, you
underdogs
say
playing
there
a
are 3 worse
championship
teams.
side? Yeah, go on.
That's still mystifying.
You know, you
that,
say
like-
there are 3 worse teams than Arsenal.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
the 3 worst managers than Arteta?
I don't know because I don't know all the managers, but all the managers I do know, I think are better than him. I'm taking all the managers that are
He's the least,
knowledgeable of
probably
the
the
Premier
least
League.
experienced.
Yeah, I'm taking a Sean Dyche, a Graham Potter.
Apart from Vieira, even
Ryan.
Vieira's more experienced than him.
Ryan, I don't even know who Brentford's manager is, and I'm taking him over Arteta.
He's
I don't
good.
even know
Can I
the
just-
guy.
can
He
I
helped-
say
he
I
something?
don't know him.
Arteta.
Can I say something a little bit
Go on,
crazy?
Yeah,
This
go
is
on.
a
Let's
little
land.
bit crazy. And you lot are going to be like, oh, you're a Spurs fan. Of course you're going to say that.
He's giving
okay?
up.
But, like, I just want to say one thing. Do you not think them winning that FA Cup is probably the worst thing that happened to them? Because
Long
they've
term,
won
yes.
that FA Cup
Yeah.
and they will not
Yeah,
sack
yeah.
Arteta because of it. Now,
Yeah.
I understand that I haven't won a trophy, so
But-
that's very ironic. But I feel like if they didn't win that, he would have been gone out of the job a long time ago. And I feel
agree.
like the
I
fact that
agree.
he has
I
won
completely
that
agree.
FA Cup is actually put them backwards because they're keeping him due to the FA Cup
Yeah.
tax.
You could be. Yeah, 100%.
No, I
man.
agree completely.
It's right. Yo, Ryan,
They would have sacked him if he hadn't.
That's what I mean. Like, you got to remember, they finished 8th out of all. They didn't win anything. They finished 8th, and they didn't get European football at all. Like, if they didn't win that FA Cup, he probably wouldn't have been their manager this season.
Lampard, that's
They
the
got
best.
knocked out of the Europa League by
Hey,
the
shout out
head manager
to
who's a
Super Frankie
Europa
Lampard, innit?
specialist.
He gave them
Shout out
energy. You get what I'm
Super
saying?
Frankie
Shout out
Lampard.
Super Frankie Lampard.
Lampard
Arsenal
is
legend,
like,
man.
you know, shout
Arsenal
out
legend.
Frank, innit?
I fucking hate Lampard just for that one
Tactical
game.
masterclass.
I'm saying, yo, anyhow, they are in a relegation. Anyhow, yeah, they are 0-9 from the first 3 games, which is a strong possibility. Like, you know, the amount of smoke they
They're
are gonna
odds on
get.
to be 0-9.
If they are
You
0-9,
know what?
fam,
It's almost a certain. It's almost looking at the next 2. Yeah, like Brentford was the best chance. Like they were looking to be 3-9 at best, maybe 4. Disgrace to draw. Now they're looking at 1-9, maybe if they're looking.
You know what?
Well,
Let
they
me
could
pull
be
up their
bottom
fixtures.
after 3
Okay.
games.
Let's
Yeah,
pull
pull
up
the
their
full
fixture list. Let's get into this,
fixture
innit?
list.
We might as well get into this, innit? Let's get into
I
the
swear
full
to God, if they
fixture
got
list.
like 2 more big games before
Alright,
like
so they play.
November.
So boom. So they got Chelsea on Sunday. Then they play West Brom in the EFL Cup. Yeah, I don't really count like that. But then they play City away. Then they got Norwich at home, Burnley away. Then they play Spurs. Then Brighton away. London derby with Palace, Villa, Leicester, Cojones derby. Then Liverpool. Then Newcastle. Then United. That's them till November. And then even after that, they got Everton away. That's a tough running, you know.
How many
You know what's
did they
funny,
win?
Devian?
You know how bad it is when you Norwich, Burnley, and Spurs is a tough run. You know how bad it is for your
Excuse
team.
me?
That's a
I
tough
just
run
think-
for you.
But those are the teams that they're competing with Norwich and Burnley at the moment.
They said, no.
That
No.
was way too far. If
Why
I had
was-
power, I would mute you right now, but I don't have power
Why?
yet.
What's
If
the
You
you
careful,
don't
man.
have power-
Look at this
What's
guy.
the Burnley
Face,
sitch?
yo,
What's the
fam,
Burnley
because she's a
sitch?
Spurs fan. Yo, you just put her team with Burnley and Norwich.
You
Of
put
course
my
she's bad.
team with Burnley and Norwich.
No,
That's
no,
very
no, it's
disrespectful,
not.
you know.
No, it's not that. It's not that. Calm down. Right, let me
Let's see
explain
Deviant
myself.
moonwalk out of this city. Yeah,
Right,
go on.
I'm not Ryan.
Wait,
I'm going to land.
Deviant, hold
I'm
on.
going to land.
Wait. Let me just get this.
Go on,
shuffled.
land.
One sec.
I'll
Yeah,
allow you.
Go on.
Right. For Arsenal as a team, they're going to struggle with beating Spurs, which is, Spurs are getting better now, and that's a standard for them. They're going to struggle. But for Arsenal to struggle against Burnley and Norwich, that's the shade was thrown solely on Arsenal having to struggle with Burnley and Norwich. They were always going to struggle with Spurs, but having to struggle with those two to make those 3 games a tough run.
Well, we have to put the full stop. You see, you
That's
put
bad.
the comma between Burnley and Norwich, and then
you
stop.
put the comma that did roll off the tongue, and then Ella was like,
So
"No,
you need
no,
to
Alright.
put the
this
full
is not what
stop.
we're doing."
Alright.
No.
Oh, okay.
Ella was
Let me
like that.
rephrase.
Lawrence.
Do you know how
What's
bad
up?
it is when Burnley and Norwich is two tough games for you? You know how bad
There
it
we
is.
go. There we go.
Because you got to
Good.
think. Because I'm looking here. Go on, Ryan. Go on. What you got to say, fam? Go on.
You know what the funniest
It's
thing
all
about
up.
Arsenal is at the moment? Because they're going to end up with 3 defeats out of 3. City play
Yeah.
Norwich next weekend. You know how desperate Arsenal fans are for City to batter Norwich that day?
Is that a 6-pointer when Arsenal play Norwich?
100%, bro.
It's like collectively remember that they paid 50 million for Ben White. 50 million for
Yeah.
Ben White.
50
Ben
mil
White,
for
man.
Ben White, you know.
50
Ben
million.
White.
Can we
And
just
did you see Brighton get better without Ben White yesterday?
Yeah, they did, innit? Ben White was holding them back.
Oh
Them man went to
my
Turf Moor and
God.
won.
They
Nah,
played us in a friendly, and I heard he was the next coming of like the best centre back in the world. So
He's awful.
yeah,
He ain't got any heading ability
prime
at
Ramos
all.
out here. They were telling me, and now it was like the worst thing.
He looks like the English
We
Ruben
played
Diaz
them in
to
a
me.
friendly, and they got gassed.
To me,
And
I
we
just
still
thought.
won, and they're telling me about him.
To me, I thought it was just Rob Holding. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't tell the difference. I thought it was Rob Holding.
Bro, he's got his better
Holding
hairline.
in disguise.
I thought it was legit Rob Holding. Yeah, you just got the turkey hairline. He just did.
Nah,
his
he's
thing.
got a better hairline than Rob Holding.
Yeah, I thought he gave
Put
me
some
the
respect in him.
that's what I thought
He's
it
got a
was.
better hairline still.
That's why I thought it was. He just got the hairline thing. I thought it was Rob Holding.
He had
Yo,
like a
he
hair
gonna
transplant.
call him the seaside Phil Jones and that.
He called him the seaside Phil Jones. That's brilliant, yo. The seaside
Oh, God.
Phil Jones.
I used
taking that.
Love Island Lanzini today on
Oh, that's
Grealish.
hilarious. The
I
Love
used
Island
that today
Ladzini
on
is
another
classic.
stream. Just to
Large
let
up
you
the
know.
Sarcasm City TV army for you lot. But now, on a serious note, yeah, because
Oh,
obviously,
wait, before.
yeah, go
Sorry,
on.
just before you go back. Who said the Tottenham health, fitness, and cardio? Can you remember? Because I thought about that. Yeah, I thought about that the other day.
Yeah, it was YG Jez, yeah, and he's a Spurs fan. You know what I'm saying?
Spurs fan.
Right, yeah, nah, because I thought about that the other day, and I couldn't remember who to credit for it, but now that shit was hilarious.
Yo, these slander names
he's
are
great. He's
bro,
great.
brilliant.
Another thing about Arsenal.
Man called him the seaside Phil Jones. That's great. That's
And
great.
he's
You know
gone.
about
He
Arsenal?
says it and he goes like so calm, like just drops it.
Go on. What are you telling me?
Go on,
What are you telling me, Ryan?
You know, I used to think that Leno was the decent goalkeeper in it. My bro, he's shit in it. Burnt Leno, man,
You
he's
can't get
awful.
beat at your
He was
near
at fault
post.
for both goals to me.
Yeah,
You can't get
I
beaten
agree.
your near post, and you need to be more commanding for that second goal. I don't
He's
care
not
what
telling
anyone
me
says. You
Leno's
need
better
to be
than
more
Lloris.
commanding for that second goal.
Yeah.
I had
He did.
combined
Lloris is better
11
than him.
last season where I had
Yeah.
to fight Lloris's case against Leno.
Yeah, and just to
Bro,
add on to all of these
there were
people, just
Arsenal fans.
go on, fam.
There were
Go on.
Arsenal fans last season saying that they were right to sell Martinez instead of Leno.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now look how
Yeah,
wrong
yeah.
they were. It was
And
always
just to add on
obvious
to
they'd made the
all of
right
this as
choice.
well, people gonna talk from the Arsenal, which is the Arsenal show on here. Cam and Shocks.
Oh.
Arsenal gang will be back
it's
tomorrow,
funny.
10 p.m. Get locked
It's
in for that
funny.
because they are gonna go in 10 p.m.
But
Even
yeah,
I'm gonna be watching it as a
it's
fan.
funny.
I watch anywhere as a fan, but
Do you
I'm
know
there
what?
from start to finish popcorn.
I-
I might even sit
I finished-
backstage.
Can we
I
just
finished
bring
work
up
at
this
10, so
comment?
I'll get home just in time to watch
Yeah,
that.
10 p.m.
Can we
people
bring
that
up
will.
this
Go on,
comment
Ellen,
where
man.
it says, Eleanor, don't get too gassed. Spurs are in the Conference League. Bear in mind, Arsenal have the last laugh come May. Please come back to me in May. All I'm going to say to you is I'm waiting for May.
Nah, Eleanor, you know what you should
Arsenal
have
gonna have the
said?
last laugh.
Arsenal, you know what you should have
Arsenal
said
gonna
because
have
you
the last
mentioned it.
laugh.
Eleanor,
You
you
know
should have
what?
said, rather than wait, come back in May, you should have said, talk to me when you're in Europe and that. You know what I'm saying? That's what you should have said. You man ain't got the
Nah.
Do you know
You
what?
man
You
ain't
don't
got
even
the
have the juice. So, like, honestly, I don't even
Hold
look
on.
at you.
1 second,
Talk
yeah.
to me in May.
Man said,
Sorry,
with
this is
chest, Arsenal will have the last laugh. When?
Arsenal. When,
Arsenal
innit?
are the last laugh.
Yes, you are the
Where-
laugh. You're the whole
Why?
laugh. You know what I'm saying? You the whole, not the last one. You the
And it's
entire
all
laugh.
on camera.
Man
Yes.
are really gonna do an all or nothing like there's an all in that, bro. It's mad.
Yeah, man. It's all
Like,
fun.
honestly,
I'm so excited.
I'm
for this
done.
documentary.
That's dead. Arsenal all or
This
nothing.
That's why there's an
Honestly, when he gets a bit older,
That's
he'll
nice.
be hilarious.
That's unfair.
Brilliant.
He's going to be
That's
huge.
Man, I'm using that.
That is
Man said
good.
it's all.
The next coming
all-
of
Yo, I
like
can
Jeffrey
understand why
Lewis
you
out
guys
here.
say your favorite Ryan. You know, I can
Jeffrey-
understand it.
Oh,
The
Jesus,
next
man.
Jeffrey.
Man said it's
yeah.
all or nothing like there's a all. That's brilliant.
He's so straight faced. And he just feels. Honestly, we're looking at the next Carefree
Nah,
and Stamford Bridge.
Nah,
Come
I
on.
can understand why you guys say your favorite Ryan now. I can understand it.
Hey, there's a
still.
reason why he's here, man. You know what I'm saying? Content creators here, the best.
He's
man.
great. He's
And
great.
Ryan, You know what I'm saying? Ryan, that's a G. That's why he's here. That is brilliant. Because I was going to use the all for nothing joke. But man said this all or nothing. Like there's an all. There is no all. There is no all, though. What is the all in it? You know what I'm saying? What is the all? We all drowning. What is the all?
Getting 7th is their all.
If they get 7th, that's a fantastic season for them, innit? You know
that's a great season for them.
That's a fantastic season.
That's a brilliant season
for them. If they finish, that's fun. After 2 8 back-to-back finishes, finishing 7th is a step in the right direction. All
I'm going to say is, as a Spurs fan, Mikel Arteta, we want you to stay.
Hey,
no, you know that's the issue.
For football fans across the globe, even the president of Rwanda tweeted. You know what I'm saying? Because they have the Visit Rwanda show. Even he tweeted. Man took time out of his day from running an entire nation to tweet to 2.4 million followers. Yeah, I'm not even making this up. Verified account, everything. The president of an entire nation. 2.4 million followers.
Arteta?
Oh yeah, that's a guy I forgot. My bad, yeah.
Nah.
Don't beat me up.
You still rate Arteta? Come on, you can't rate him.
He was Pep's clone, man.
Yeah. That's a man. She loves him.
I've said the whole time. No, I said the whole time that job was way too big for Arteta. I'm not going to say.
I don't care. You can't do that bad.
Yeah, I know, but we've seen other managers do badly at their first job in it and go on to be good managers. I'm not saying he's going to be the best. He's not going to be a Pep. But at the same time,
he's making the worst.
Think, honestly, though, I think Pep and Klopp would struggle with the Arsenal team.
They would, but they wouldn't be doing this bad.
They'd struggle, but they've got better tactical smarts, and they would have done in terms of transfers. They would have brought in better players.
Yeah, but they are much better managers than
Can I just say, how can you be assistant manager to Pep for like 2-3 years and play like Simeone?
I know.
I don't get how you can do that.
As good as Simeone, nowhere near on levels.
Exactly. He's just like I feel like saying a B-Tech Simeone is still disrespectful to Simeone. That's how I feel with Arteta. He's that shit.
Comparing to Steve Bruce.
He's that shit. Steve Bruce is clear of him. Steve Bruce is clear of Arteta. That's not close.
Man said for real, the way the president was tweeting, he was about to call the United Nations to intervene with Arsenal. He had enough, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember what City would get Arteta after?
We don't want these people to buy Arsenal though, so hopefully they don't get angry enough to buy.
Man was running a whole years because they got to visit Rwanda. That's their sponsor. And he was like, "You making us look bad."
Making us look bad.
Making us look bad, man. That's what he did. Man seen Arsenal get beat and was like, he tweeted 3 times, fam. It wasn't a single tweet. It was 3 times. I swear down, go to. All you have to type in, Rwanda president on Twitter. Yo, man did a whole thread, man. Moving hella chatty and that. He was moving bare chatty on Twitter. Man said we shouldn't get used to this. This man went in depth flawless.
He's trying to
felt like he was holding it in for like 5 years and that. Just
man, he was like, you making Rwanda look bad. That's what he was looking at. You making my nation look bad. Like, pattern up. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, 2.4 million followers he has. Go on, Vam.
Do you remember when people were saying that City were going to go for Arteta as manager after Pep? City are not that dumb. That's so disrespectful to them. They're not that dumb to do that. Come on, man.
No, what it is because he thought we was good. He went in there. They won the FA Cup. They had a decent end to the finish. Even I was like, all right, shit. It's like Arteta's.
Bro, Di Matteo won the FA Cup.
He deceived absolutely
it's everyone. The way he did it though. Everyone knew that Chelsea side he wasn't the best, but he's still better than his Arsenal. So when you get a new manager and
Di Matteo beat Barcelona in semi and Bayern Munich in the final.
But the thing is, he made Arsenal for that season. They were defensively strong, so that's why people were looking at it. And he won a trophy in the first 6 months.
He played like Simeone. He played like Simeone. That's why.
No, that's my point. Is that we didn't expect that. That's something we don't associate with Arsenal ever is defense. You know
but then he had them in a relegation battle in January.
Exactly, and then we found out he wasn't good. That's my point.
People think this guy's.
Then we found out he wasn't good. I found out I was wrong. I legit thought he was going to be good. I found out I was wrong happily.
Do you know what? Happily. He fooled everyone. He fooled everyone.
What?
He fooled everyone. Yo, who's better, Rolly or Arteta?
At this point, it's Oli.
Ryan,
at this point, it's
unfortunately, that's not even a question.
On a season basis, I take Oli, but on a one-off game, I think Arteta. But
maybe
Arteta's one-off game, bro.
I understand that. Yeah, I understand that.
Everyone knows how much I dislike Oli, and I said Oli.
No, he's saying that because he has PTSD, so he's thinking, one-off game, the FA Cup final. But that's
I tell you, every single time he plays Chelsea, Yeah, you know what it is, bro. Man moves like he has dementia, and then every time he plays Chelsea, he starts to remember again. Well,
No,
from what
you
Pep
lot
told him,
do.
bro. It's not fair.
You lot just need to. You know how United used to say it's only Tottenham. You literally need to go and say it's only Arsenal, and then you'll win.
Just putting this to Chelsea and
Bro,
City.
how
Wait.
did you let Arsenal do the double
For the
over
culture,
last
yeah.
season?
For the culture, Chelsea and City need to absolutely. They just need to beat Arsenal these next 2 games for the
Yeah,
fans.
we are all united in that.
Please, for the content.
For the
For the
content,
culture.
if they are 20th after 3 games and 0-9, do you know what will happen? Yo, AFTV about to do record numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
They're about to
God.
do record.
Troops will be the Undertaker now. We will just come back out of nowhere now.
Oh my God! Like if
Remember
that
Wenger
happens,
in signs.
oh my.
That's true. No, that's actually true.
Yo, Wenger in signs with Ty leading the protest. I'm here for it.
Wenger insides. You know what's great about this? You might have given me so many names and so much new material in it.
When is
I
it
thought
gonna
this
win,
Arsenal thing was
bro?
dead. I thought this Arsenal thing was dead, innit? We gonna keep going, innit? You get me? Man said all or nothing. Where's the all? Man
When
said there's
is
gonna
it
be
gonna
man
win,
outside
Robin?
with
There's no
Wenger in.
all.
When's it gonna
Yeah,
end?
I'm
bro?
telling you, if Arsenal
When
0-9 and that, yeah, Troops is gonna be the Undertaker, bro. He's just gonna come back from the dead and that just start hopping on their TV's peak.
These men are just wilding. When's it gonna end? Robbie Wenger back as interim. I'm dead. Just put this out again, people. Good to talk from the Arsenal tomorrow. You might hear some more pro Arsenal stuff.
These
In it. Just
guys
the show
think
for that.
they're getting Conte. Let's
Yeah,
just
why would Conte go there? Yeah.
How would
He's gonna
Conte
come
go
to
there?
Tottenham and he's gonna go to Arsenal, which is even
Yeah.
worse.
What's crazy is that I was having this discussion.
Apparently, Arteta's gonna get sacked. That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
they ain't getting Conte.
You
Conte's
should've
gonna
gone
go
back
to
about a
them.
year ago.
Listen, do you think
Yeah,
Conte's
that's
gonna want to
why
work with their
he's
players? He's gonna want to get a whole new 11, and then they're gonna say, "Well, sorry, we don't do that round here," and he's gonna say, "Okay, bye."
yeah.
Like I don't know what kind of conversation they think they're
You
having.
know what?
Ellen is smart. Ellen
We
is smart.
did this.
Arsenal as a club,
We
yeah?
had the convo, guys.
Now
Like,
this
we
defines
get it.
Arsenal as a club.
Like, she's right. Ellen is right. She's
When
gonna
they
walk
sacked
in. He's gonna
Emery,
say,
yeah?
"When he go on, fam." Yeah.
When they sacked Unai Emery, they had a choice of Ancelotti or Arteta, and they chose Arteta. They let Ancelotti go to Everton, you know.
Yeah, because Ancelotti wouldn't go there.
Brother, you know what it is?
He wouldn't go there. Why would you go there?
I
You know
swear
what I'm saying?
Arsenal were above Everton at that time.
No. I'm talking about in terms of like what they can offer. Look at the Arsenal job. That's an odd. We're running bench. Yeah, it's a massive.
Now, I still
rebuild
think
in
if
terms of
Arsenal
the
had
team.
gone for Ancelotti, they would have got him.
Yeah.
I genuinely
think
think if
so.
they'd have
Nah,
gone for him,
I
they
don't
would have
think.
got him.
Why?
Man went to
Everton,
Everton,
you know what's crazy? Everton's the
Well,
better
I think
project.
it's the project.
Yeah.
Everton's the better project.
Yeah, but Arsenal are in. Well, you have to remember for life as well. Arsenal are in London. They've always got that. They're a big club. Like
I hear
Everton,
all
are,
that.
Everton
London,
are doing shit. And
massive
Ancelotti
fam,
went to
I get
Everton,
you.
and you told me he
But
wouldn't
if
have got
Ancelotti
at that
fails
time.
at Everton, it's way less
Hear
worse.
what you say. Hear what you're saying, no, fam. At Everton, he was able to afford money. Everton's the better project.
Yeah.
If you're a manager right now and you have a choice between Arsenal and Everton, you're going to Everton.
But that's
Why
what I
would
mean.
you go
He had
to
a
Arsenal?
choice
Maybe
between
now, but
Tottenham
I
and
think at that
Arsenal.
time he would have
Yeah.
gone to
He's not going to pick
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
I genuinely
Because
But
think
the
he would
thing is
have.
as well, yeah. The thing is as
I don't
well
think so.
that if he goes to Arsenal and he does really bad, his reputation will look a lot
There you
less
go.
worse than if he does worse at Everton. Because at least if he does bad at
Yeah.
Everton, you could say, well, they're already bad.
See,
At Arsenal,
look,
there's pressure for you to
you know what I'm
deliver.
saying? There's no money, fam. You know what I'm saying in that? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no money there. They didn't meet Ancelotti's
Yeah,
wage
because he
demand.
gave it all to
Like,
Aubameyang later on.
You exactly, and Xhaka. You know what I'm saying? It's mad, but that's my whole
And
point.
Xhaka.
Like,
They gave Xhaka
yeah,
a
like
pay
if-
rise.
and this is the
Bro.
thing. Ellen is spot on. Like in terms of like me and Saeed
Xhaka.
was having this discussion, and he was like, "I don't want Arteta to get sacked because then say they get a good manager, unless they go and get a manager, pluck a manager that we don't know about. Why would any established manager go there?
Mm.
Why?
Some
It's a
might
poisonous
still be
job. It's
under
a
the
very
false
poisonous
pretense
job.
of restoring them to former glories. Like I don't know. Some manager might like maybe someone who played for him in like the 90s or early 2000s might think that they could restore them to the former glory, but it's not on anymore.
This is it.
And
This is a sorry to cut you off, Deviant. This is an Arsenal fans with this comment. MB's an Arsenal fan. You know what I'm saying? He's saying, Ryan, are you smoking budge? Why would Carlo come to us when we didn't meet his wage demands? And Everton. This is an Arsenal fan telling you Everton with a better project.
Yeah.
Come on now. That's
Yeah,
a
I
history
get
thing
that.
can only go so far. Like there's no money. Like they're a massive rebuild. You know what I'm saying? They're a mess from top to bottom.
Oh, they're huge
They are a
rebuild.
mess.
I
It's
think-
Can I ask you guys a question?
And you're under a lot
You
of pressure
guys-
there as well. You're under massive pressure as soon as you go. Like the pressure's different. Like look at Arteta right now. Like fans are talking, yo, game week 1, get him out. Game week 1. A man are saying, yo, Arteta out. I want him sacked tonight, not even in the morning. Trending week 1. You know, like, it's like he wants to cry on TV. Like, you don't understand the pressure you are under at Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? Like, the expectation is still high. Like for Arsenal, like it's up there with.
Can I ask you guys a question about Arsenal?
Like Ancelotti,
Go on,
Ancelotti finished 10th with Everton.
Yeah.
And the fans wanted him to stay. But Arteta finished 8th and the fans wanted him out. So you can see already there the difference between the pressure that they're under. Like if Ancelotti finishes 8th with Arsenal, the fans want him out. They don't care if it's Ancelotti.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Whereas if Arteta finishes 10th with Everton, the fans, I'm not saying they'd be
I don't think Ancelotti finished. I think Ancelotti still finishes higher because he's a much better manager.
He is, but I don't think he finishes high enough to get the Arsenal fans off his back.
Yeah, because I don't think Everton's team.
Arsenal fans think they're entitled to.
I don't think Everton's team are a lot worse than Arsenal, though.
Yeah, exactly. I get what you're saying, Jan. And what you're saying there, Ryan.
I heard Lewis say that Chelsea have the most toxic fan base, and I was like, really? Arsenal's fan base is more toxic. Arsenal's fans booed their own player off the pitch and made him swear at them and tell them to fuck off.
I ain't gonna lie.
In front of millions of people worldwide.
I ain't gonna lie. If that was
my fan base, I don't think our fan base is. I think
a captain as well. That was a captain.
Captain disrespected.
Wait. Here's the thing: is if Xhaka was my captain, I'd boo him as well. I ain't gonna lie. I'd boo him in Tesco. I'm not gonna lie in that. Like, that's terrible. I'd boo him in Tesco by the strawberries. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd boo him in it.
No, but you know one thing. Can I ask you guys all a question about Arsenal?
You're not fit to wear the shirt. Just chanting at him and that. No, pissed off you'd be.
Like we said,
if
you're
Xhaka was your captain.
In Tesco by the strawberries, man.
You're not fit to referee.
Can I ask you guys one last question before I move on?
I'll probably be by the meal deal thing. Yeah. Wait, let me just get to this from Eddie because he going in large up Eddie and he says Martinez out here winning Copa Americas while Leno is putting a headlock by Tony only at Arsenal. Serious, man. It's the Arsenal way in it. It's Arsenal DNA in it. You know what I'm saying? And yo, Chelsea and City need to do what they need to do. I can't believe I'm backing these two, but the next 2 weeks they need to do what is required for the culture, for the content in it. Like, for AFTV in it. Like, everybody's doing record numbers in it. Like, everybody is gonna do record numbers. I am telling you that.
It doesn't need to be said, but Arsenal need to just be Arsenal in it. Like, Arsenal gonna Arsenal.
See, yo, look at this flawless preseason. They wanted him gone when they lost to Hibernation FC. These men were getting slapped in Scotland. You know what I'm saying? Wrapped like cod and chips. Like, what is going in Scotland? You know what I'm saying? Wrapped like in preseason by Hibernian, you know? Wrapped. You know what I'm saying? These got wrapped, yo. Wrapped up.
The Scottish
thoroughly deserved. Hibernian, you know what I'm saying?
Hibernian, you know, it's not even like Celtic or Rangers did him in.
That's what I'm saying. These men were getting wrapped by mid-table Scottish sides and that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. They legit got beat by the Scottish Burnley. It's mad. You know what I'm saying? It's nuts.
No, that might be the Scottish Brentford.
It might be the Scottish Brentford. It might be the Scottish Brentford and the English Brentford.
Yo, can I tell you one question about Arsenal?
Yeah, go on.
This is before I move on to my Ruben Dias slander because I've not forgotten that yet.
No,
obviously, my own club has gone 30 years without a title. Do you think Arsenal go 30 plus years without a Premier League title?
Yeah.
Too bad. No, too big to say.
Quite a long time.
It's been a very long time.
I mean, they're only got 17.
It's the investment.
I think it's done for them.
If they get the correct investment, which could happen, I would say in it. Say someone comes and spends $2 billion. If they get a Roman or a Sheikh like a City or something, they'll be back. You know what I'm saying? 100%.
Yeah, I admit that. But what if they don't? The Cronkies are stubborn, you know. They won't sell easy.
If they don't spend, then if it continues, yes, it's all about the ownership. If they get new ownership, that can change. But I think that's for everyone.
Well, you know what happens with a title, mate? Even if you get great owners and you have a good team, the longer it goes on, the more pressure's on you to win a title. That's what happened with Liverpool. Even when we had good teams like the 09 team that should have won the league, the pressure that can get to you in the season to win that title job is massive.
I get you. It definitely shouldn't have won a league. But
so the longer it goes on, the harder it actually gets.
Well, and we're all here for it. We all here popcorn ready, innit? Yeah, me. And it's being documented this season. You know what I'm saying? The all for nothing doc. Like it's being documented, innit? Them cameras need to be rolling 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at all times on that training ground. They need to be following these men home. You know what I'm saying? And that, like everything, tapping phone calls, like it's a Rico case. Like they need all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoo, Brentford. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, but yeah, Large Nipping, he says, question for the panel: who was today's man of the match?
Definitely not Ruben Diaz.
We'll go to you first, Jan. Who was your man? Who do you think was the best player on the pitch? And then we'll go to Eleanor after.
I think I'm just trying to think if he was the best. I think that what's his name? Tanganga.
You're struggling over there. You all right? Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I actually thought
respect on his name.
Sorry.
Tell her again, Eleanor.
Do you know why? I was thinking that?
Sorry.
Did you ever
I got his name wrong?
Shut up. So did you ever see when Benjamin Mendy made that joke and like no one got it? And he was going together. That's what was in my head. So I was like trying to think of his name.
Yeah, it's Tanganga.
They were getting rinsed by him. But yeah, I thought he was very good. I thought he handled Grealish and Sterling quite well. So yeah, I'd say he was good. Son is always good against City. I don't need to mention Son. He's 10 out of 10 against City every time he plays. That's why I always say about Kane and Son, but it is what it is. So yeah, I thought he was good. In terms of City, I thought our best player was De Bruyne when he came on. Completely different. De Bruyne was brilliant when he came on. He did more in 5 minutes than everyone else did in the rest of the game. But you wouldn't have seen that, Ryan, because you've got glasses on.
And Slans, yeah, you did miss the Arsenal standard part.
He created, Ryan. So he played 5 minutes and he created 2 chances and made 1 key pass in 5 minutes. So he was the best player for City.
I think that has to be context. He's great. He's passing the ball to one person and taking a shot from
Spurs included did that. So that's what I'm saying. But I actually thought Grealish was all right. Everyone was saying he was shit.
Grealish played well. Grealish played well.
From what I saw, he was all right. I don't think
he wasn't bad. People are just going to run jokes because he's a £100 million player.
I don't think anyone was particularly great.
You know who didn't play all right? Ruben Diaz.
And I don't think, even Ruben Diaz was all right. The only player on the pitch who I thought was absolutely a disgrace.
Sorry, I asked Jan first. And we knew he was going to get Jan stuff.
To be fair, Fernandinho, the first half, I thought he was excellent. The second half, I thought he was quite poor in the second half. So, but I wouldn't say anyone apart from Mendy were terrible. Like, it's not like we got battered today. Do you know what I mean? If we got battered, then I'd be like, yeah, I agree with you. But it wasn't. It was a great goal from Son. I thought that Spurs were probably the better team in terms of. Yeah, we lost. But you do lose games, Ryan. You tend to lose more than City, but it is what it is. Yeah. So it's just like you can't lose.
That was best slide.
There you go again, hurting your own feelings, Ryan.
That was bad. You walked into that. That was best slide the way she delivered that.
Like they go beating every season. Like, come on now.
It's the way she delivered it, and the tone didn't change in it. She didn't give it away. She was like, "Yeah, you used to it. You know what I'm saying? Getting beat," and she's right. She's used to taking beatings, isn't it?
On his first game back after 10 months, and he couldn't even block a shot.
Yeah, I know that, but we weren't having this conversation when Van Dijk let 7 in.
Like my team didn't.
We weren't on here slandering Van Dijk.
Yeah, because I didn't even know you at that time.
Ruben Diaz.
We're getting into Ryan.
Ruben Diaz actually had a good game, right? He made blocks. He was good in that game.
No. I'm not having this. Yeah. No. I'm not having this.
One at a time, yo.
Okay, so you better be ready.
Hey. One at a time, you lot. Ryan. Wait. Hold up. Right. Let her finish.
Van Dijk makes a mistake, I want you to come in here and call him overrated. Every single time he makes a mistake, I want you on here.
Van Dijk ain't overrated.
Okay, so yeah, but he can't make a mistake because Diaz makes one mistake in 95 minutes, and you're saying he's overrated.
And he lost you the game.
In 95 minutes.
He lost you the game.
Yeah, but
if a defender makes a mistake that loses you the game, he's had a shit game. That's it. He lost you the game.
Though. That doesn't mean you've had a shit game. The same way.
Yes, it does.
Son doesn't have to be man of the match just because he scored the winner. He's not man of the match just because he scored the winner. Was Bruno Fernandes and then Pogba yesterday because he scored no goal? Like, come on now.
We're talking about defenders. You have to apply different context attackers and defenders.
man's
Ruben
out
Diaz
Chris.
fucked
Okay,
up.
so what are
the game.
attackers there to do? They're there to score goals, obviously. So he did his job yesterday. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't mean that he was terrible. If Ruben Diaz had a bad game, I would have said he had a bad game. He didn't have a bad game. He made a mistake.
He lost you the game. If this was no, you know what I say? If this was Van Dijk had done this, people would be getting onto him proper.
This is no. This is not what we're gonna do. This is not what we're gonna do. Ake was more at fault than Diaz. I can't believe you see your agenda. You got me out here defending City fans.
Mendy was more at fault than anyone.
Nah, you know what? No. I agree with
Mendy. Every single attack.
Ryan S from you.
When he came off.
Ryan S from you.
Where was Mendy, man? I couldn't see that guy. Why? But I swear, Son was on the left-hand side, so you know
what it is with Mendy. Yeah, but the thing is, Ryan, you don't watch City. Like, you watch if Diaz makes a mistake. I can tell, because you don't notice anything that happens. You just pick on Diaz. Mendy was absolutely shocking. Every single, I don't know if Alan saw it, but every single Spurs attack came from a mistake from Mendy.
It came from that side.
Was getting terrorized the whole game.
That bad.
Yeah, Mendy was out of position because Mendy was and then Aki was out of position. So because Aki was out of position, Mendy then had to cover, and it's just like Diaz was practically carrying the defense because the other them two on that side. And don't get me wrong, I'm not even going to
Ryan.
I feel sorry for Aki because Aki has played every single game that he's played, right? And I'm not saying he's the best. He is our fourth choice centre-back. So I'm not going to slander him the way I would if it was Diaz or Laporte or something like that, right? But he has either played with Mendy, who is a liability, right? And I like Mendy, but I could not say that he was remotely good today. So he was terrible. And on the other side, he had Garcia last season when he was struggling a bit. So I do feel a bit sorry for Aki because Aki's not been playing next to like a great back four. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like it was Zinchenko, Diaz, and Walker or Cancelo. So that's all I'm saying. But to look, okay, he didn't make the block, right? But he made 2 blocks. That's why he went to make the third. So he was in one of them positions where if you block it, great. If you don't block it, it goes in. He took that risk, which is what defenders do. It didn't pay off and it went in. But it was a fantastic strike from Son. I'm not trying to hear it.
Outside the box.
Yeah. So he tried to block it. He didn't block it. That's fine. I'm not going to say he wasn't at fault at all because when you go into that position, you do take a risk. But what I would say is to blame him solely for that goal. He was not the reason why that goal was scored. Because whether he blocks it or not,
I agree.
Against on that left side, Son could do what he wanted. And I knew from when I saw that lineup that we were going to lose that game. And I actually predicted...
You called it. Yeah, you did call it.
No, she called before I left for the ground. Jan was on the phone to me and said, 100% we're going to lose today. And I said, shut up, Jan. Like, you're going to win, innit? Like, I was telling her to shut up. Like,
why didn't you have a group call and invite me on?
And she was like, no.
Why didn't you have a group call and invite me on?
Ryan, don't get your feelings hurt again, man.
Every City player.
Before you continue, Jan, one sec. Let me just get to this, Ryan. Let me just get to this. Large up S Paco for becoming a member. I'm not sure what he's become, but large up to him. And Timo, I don't know if you rejoined or whatever, but large up. Yeah, large up Timo anyway, innit? You're missing the target more than Werner, but we move. But yeah, if you want to become a member of the channel, people, link is underneath in the description. But big up to S Paco. It's good to see you back as well, S Paco, and large up Timo for becoming members of the channel, people. If you want to get involved in this crazy chat, become a member. That's one way to doing it. Like Deviant's my boy, but he's also a member. Yeah, go on, say what you got.
I don't have any interruptions to what I'm saying as well because
let her finish. Let her finish, innit? Hey, and sorry, Jan, before you go, Eleanor, I'm sorry that I asked Jan first about the man of the match, innit? You know what I'm saying? Because we got a Janser and now we've got Jan versus Ryan, but we move. Take it away, Jan City. We take it away, Jan City. Go on.
So that's all I'm saying. Like, if you didn't have an agenda against Diaz, then I would take what you're saying legitimately. But I know when you watch City, you don't see what most people see because a lot of people that watch that game, even United fans, I'm seeing saying, "How can you blame solely Diaz for that when there was other players at fault for that, and it wasn't.
This dickhead got me out here back in City.
I'm not going to say. Yeah, I'm not going to say that he was. I'm not going to say he was the best player on the pitch because he wasn't, but he was by far not the worst. So
Diaz was the one who. Sorry, Diaz weren't the one closest to him, was it?
No, he tried to make it work, but he was miles away. He was miles away. It was Mendy that made, I think, the initial mistake, and then Aki was out of position, I think. So it was
Aki let him cut in it. Yeah, Aki let. I say this all the time. Yeah, Aki should. You never. You know, Son's 2-footed. This is just defending 101. Never let your man cut inside. That's why I blame Aki. Like, could Diaz have done better with the block? Maybe, but I'm blaming Aki. This is on you. That's your fault. If me
that
and Diaz
was a goal before it even went anywhere near Diaz.
Yeah, like if me and Deviant are playing centre back, if me and Deviant are in the same back four, and I let a man cut in and he tries to get across the block. You know what I'm saying? That's on. Don't let a man cut in. You know what I'm saying? As soon as and you know what Son does. As soon as he cuts in his curtains.
No, I agree.
Man City as well. He scored 7 goals against Man City in like four games or 4.
No, you can't see that.
And certain other dons have got, and certain other dons who play white have got 0, but we move. But go on, Ryan. Go on, carry on. Go on, carry on.
And I have no interruptions. What I'm about to say, because I've got
no interruptions, fam.
Well.
Get it off your chest. You land, fam. Take as much time as
you
know.
I
asking for no interruptions.
No interruptions. You can land, fam. We letting you land, fam. Innit? We rolling up.
I know what
wait.
Like,
you're in the helicopter.
If I say so much, she'll come in with me.
Don't worry. What I'm saying is
you're
in the aircraft right now, looking to land, and we've got the big H on top of the building for you to land.
Wants no interruptions, like a Wi-Fi connection and that.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. I love
Clean
this
connection and that.
Well, yeah, go on, Ryan. This is your moment to shine in it. Go on.
Yeah. No, like I agree. I actually agree with you when, Aki's. To me, when I look at it again, Aki is more. You don't let Son cut inside in it. Like I agree.
Sorry to cut you.
Wait.
We have to interrupt you here just for this comment. Slen says Aki is a terrible centre back. He says Aki is a terrible centre back partner. The only thing that should partner Aki is Saltfish. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Because Aki and Saltfish slaps. Aki and Saltfish. Hey, Slen's hilarious. What's wrong with you? How you not like Aki and Saltfish?
I don't like fish in it. I don't eat fish.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
That was a very good comment.
Yeah,
now, no interruption. Slens, just wait till he's finished.
Yeah.
No more comments.
I'm gonna let you know, innit? If people busting joke like that, I will interrupt you. But minus that, I'm not gonna interrupt you in what you're saying. But go on. Go on. Yeah, positive.
You know how many hours I've been waiting to get this off my chest.
Positive.
I've been trying to have this Q&A.
Because you know why it is? Because nobody wants to hear it, but we're still letting you land. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to hear it.
No, whoever doesn't want to hear it, it has to be said.
Nobody wants to hear it. It really don't, but go on. I don't want to hear it. I'm off in a bit, yeah?
Go for it.
He's gone.
Now, you know what Florence was saying before? Yeah, man actually turned his camera off.
Everyone just turn their camera off, yeah? Everyone switch their camera off right now, innit? Yeah, I'm just leaving me. Go on, get it off your chest. Go on, fam.
Oh, I don't feel the same anymore. Can you please put this back on?
I can't swap it. How do I swap it?
Oh, wait, you want it just him? You want it just Ryan? One sec.
Make him big, innit?
Oh, right, yeah.
Pause.
One sec. Hold on. She a girl, so you can run.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, she a girl. Go on. Your time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, man. Nah, not full screen, man. Not full screen.
Nah, get your gender across.
Look at him. He's all shy now, innit?
Not full screen, innit?
Right, boom. Right, we're changing it. Right, there you go. Boom.
Oh, yeah, I'll take
that.
I'll take that still, yeah.
Yeah, serious. Timo proper bottle job, yo. He bottled it, yo. Bottled it, innit? He bottled
Ryan Arteta.
Ryan Arteta. No, it's Ryan Henderson.
Nah, it's Ryan Kane. That's what it is.
Nah, Flawless, you know what I was saying before about the goal, innit? Like, he's not solely to blame. I never said he was solely to blame. Aki is actually more to blame when you look at it. Like, you do not let Son cut inside. Like, I agree. Am I actually going to get a chance to speak, innit? Because it's like...
He's doing mad. That is mad, yo.
I'm sorry, I didn't expect to come back to this. This is not my fault.
I've been waiting hours to get this Diaz to
I'm gonna be on mute now, and I won't unmute. I promise. You have my word.
He's big mad, yo.
Good.
Young simp.
Stop snorting, fam.
I can't help it.
Who's snorting?
That's me.
It's Ryan, of course. Everyone else is on mute.
Hang on
I'm
a
gonna
sec.
turn the camera off,
Deviant
and
over
I'm
here,
my voice off, and I'm gonna let you go.
Oh my god, Deviant over here snorting, yo.
No, but I'll start again.
Young Simp. That's brilliant, yo. He said that. Yo, I'm finished.
Jesus.
You lot are pricks, you know, genuinely. You lot are absolute pricks.
I'm dying.
Oh my god, it's Young Simp. You know?
Manchester.
Young Simp. Manchester.
Yo.
Oh my god.
Nah, I'm done with it. Wait.
Oh shit.
Right, now can I get my piece across? Now that's better, isn't it? That's better.
Yo.
Right, so basically, what
Don't
flawless?
kick me out and expect me to let you get your piece across when you put me back in.
Jesus.
I didn't put you back in.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I
that was
added you back
You
in,
don't
didn't
kick me out. I'm not gonna then expect me to be like, oh, cool, go talk.
Yo, rapper, Young Simp.
You know what my favorite on this panel is Ryan S right now.
Ryan S is busting up. He's busting up.
I'm sorry, don't kick me out.
Why do you Ryan S? Wait, Ryan S, you're on mute. Ryan S, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Bro,
Stop kicking around, fam.
and that man's got no involvement, man. I'm gone.
Yeah. He's there busting up, yo. Look at him, big smile. Yo, who called you Young Simp? That is hilarious. See, even Timo, yo, hurry up, man. Time is money, yo. You gotta be quick to the point, man. You hella slow, man.
You keep
You hella to the point.
me.
You like Kane in a big game, man. Get to it, fam. You get what I'm saying? And that we ain't got time to wait.
No,
for
my
you.
Diaz trying to block a ball, but here we go.
Jesus.
It's like,
Young Simp.
Oh my.
You said it first, yo.
You know that Diaz made more blocks than Van Dijk in the opening game.
Van Dijk doesn't have to make blocks.
Yo, who's responsible for Young Simp, yo? It's responsible.
I'm sure it's Black Diamond Devils. I'm sure it was.
Nah, because I think he's laughing at it here, unless he's laughing at his own joke. Who called it? Was it you, Black Diamond? That is brilliant, yo. This is why I love the Sarcasm City TV community. This is great, yo. This guy been trying to land for about an hour and you get me on. And man, I just like, nah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not landing today.
Not today, yo. Not today, innit, yo. Nope. You know what I'm saying?
This ain't even funny. This ain't even funny.
Timo,
Look at
Timo's
Deviant's face.
by the
Tell
way.
me this ain't funny, you know. Look at this.
This is funny. This shit is
Timo's
funny.
actually moving mad as well in the comments. Timo, go to bed. Go to bed.
Yeah. Oh, yo, Young Simp is classic, yo. That is hilarious.
Ryan, you want to know what you got to say? Go for it.
Go on, land in it. Go on, land.
You know what? Can I just come and do in the most tomorrow and just say my piece on there? We can, because I'm not going to get it in today. No, I just know I'm not.
No, you got to say it now. We're waiting.
Go on. We let you land. I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to mute myself in it. Yeah, this better be good now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll go on mute.
Man. Stop snorting.
I can't even think seriously.
I'm going on mute.
All this.
Right, I'm going to mute myself as well. Go on, you can go.
Thanks. Nah, fuck, I forgot even how I was going to start now, genuinely. You know what you were saying before, Flawless, about... Oh, fuck's sake. This just went all wrong. Fucking hell.
This is your moment. Come on, let's go, man. You know what I'm saying? We are waiting.
I can't even
Nippin's telling you, even Nippin's saying we're waiting, isn't it? Even Nippin's like, well, go on. You know what I'm saying? And that. Like, even Nippin's like, yo, get it out. Come on, let's go, fam. This is your moment.
All right. You know, I was saying, yeah, that you said Aki's more at fault for the goal, innit? I agree with that. Like, you can't let Son quit in it to have a shot at the end of the day. But that doesn't mean Diaz is exempt from blame for that goal. That, to me, like, he's still at fault for that goal as well. Like, you can't make excuses for him. That, for me, you say that block, you don't know if you... I think that block is pathetic. Man fell over trying to block the ball. He fell over and completely missed it. And I'm in the position, like, how can you actually not get even one little touch on that ball to block it? I don't get it. I thought it was pathetic. I can't lie. And that lost them the game.
He didn't fall over. He turned and it missed him.
Mute yourself.
That was a bad.
Man said Ryan is making his point in installments, bro. Come on.
Yo. $12.99 weekly installment.
Because you can't be this funny all the time. This is not okay. Honestly.
Come on. Ooh, that is Slen. Wait, was it not Slen? Was it not Slens who said young simp? By the way,
I don't even. He probably was.
I don't
know who it was.
Slens has been on point, you know.
Slen said about give it to Kimmich until the end of the season as well, which we died at last time. The comments are busting more jokes than we are. We're just sitting there laughing at.
Oh nah.
No, I love the Sarcasm City TV community, but you are great. You are the greatest of all. You are the MVPs. Oh, you better the MVPs. Hey, everybody who's here, where else you get entertainment like this? Hit that like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, go follow Ryan as well in it. You know what I'm saying in that.
Like and share.
Go follow Ryan as well in it.
Right, are you gonna say it though? Because I genuinely want to know.
No. No.
Oh my God.
Young simp on page goes saying. No, leave him alone. He's already dead. Ryan, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry.
He's like, it's all right. He's dead.
Oh my God. Yo, crying tears. Yo, my city's moving like that.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Someone here said Ryan making his points over a 3-year contract like Kane.
Oh my God. Jesus. I'm actually crying. I'm crying. Yo, I'm going to join the Arsenal fans. I'm crying this weekend too.
Oh my God. Yo, you lot are the real MVPs. Man said young simple bitch.
Oh my God. Oh.
Listen, Ryan needs a gentleman's agreement to speak. Nah. You lot, time out. You lot are trying to kill me. Time out. Yo, my sides are hurting. Time out. Man said he needs
I said my chest was hurting last time. I said 5 minutes ago before all this shit that my chest was hurting.
Oh my God. I said 3-year contract with the option of a 4th.
I said load an obligation to buy that.
Obligation to no, wait.
Oh my God, yo, 3-year contract with an option of
oh God. Getting high before this was such a great option.
No, man.
Oh my days.
It's you lot, man said with no buyback clause. Yo, even Kevin commented, yo. Even Kevin Fraser was like, I know, I laugh. Even Kevin. Oh my God. Even Kevin was like, yo, I gotta get my last stuff. Oh my God.
Even Sasha's involved.
Pay the release clause. Moving like Kane behind bars. He's gonna refuse to come to the next Q&A.
Refusing to turn up to host.
He's gonna go straight. Ryan is like, me in my sleep.
He's about to do an interview with Gary Neville.
He's Gary Neville. He's done.
Man said, get the goal.
He's gonna say that he wishes to work with like AFTV or something.
You lot are wilding, yo.
Going over the stretch. Them 6 African dance guys carrying him out.
Oh, man said golf clubs and everything. You lot are wilding, yo. You lot are wilding, yo.
Wow.
Have we even done any Q&As?
Yeah, legit for the past. I'm still laughing at Young Sim with the pay as you go setting.
Nah, that's top tier.
Paying in installments is what killed me.
Nah, this whole section just, I genuinely feel sorry because he's just being fully cooked, flambéed, and served.
But yeah, he
served.
really has
This has been terrible.
See? You know what I'm saying? This is on you. If you weren't trying to get your bullshit agenda, let this be a lesson in karma for Ryan and everybody. If he weren't trying to get his bullshit agenda off, this would have happened in it. This is karma and that, and it wasn't planned. That's what that is, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Blame the people in the comments, innit? Like we would just trying to interact normally, but you know.
Facts. And the deviant started snorting, and then that was that. You know
what I'm saying? I can't help it, man. Sometimes I laugh and I snort. I can't help that shit. Like, what do you want me to do? Not snort.
The comments were moving like that. One guy in a fight that would just fuel everything and that.
He fueled everything.
The guy whispering in his ear, "Go on, bro, smack him."
Man, I'm talking about yeah, man said Young Simp leaving on a free, you know, Fabrizio Romano about to tweet, here we go. You know what I'm saying? You know what
Right, Ryan,
shit.
What do you want to say about this?
Your time? Yeah. I'm done now.
Don't even know. I can't be asked. Can't be asked.
It's time now.
Hey, Eleanor, what did we just say just before? When man doesn't want to, when he doesn't want to comment no more, you know he's defeated in that. Man just threw in the white towel.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Alright, you don't get any questions in it. You lot,
we beat the point out of him, man. That's terrible.
That's the chat.
I'll do it another day. I'll do it another day. Just get on next question, innit?
All right, so next question. Man. Ryan's done, man. He's fuming people. You hear me? So next question.
Right, I'm gonna bounce anyway before.
You're gonna cause chaos and then bounce. Yeah, I see you.
Nah. My phone's dying. I'm gonna. What chaos did I cause? All I did was laugh, snort, and apparently that was funny.
Cause bare chaos and then
wow. It's pronounced jazz actually.
Let's get some normality back. So you lot get your questions in. Yes, this chat is goated. The Sarcasm City TV army is undefeated, like without question. I've been cooked on here. It's just great when it's not you. You know what I'm saying?
When you got cooked. That was my
See, look at Jan loves it. You know, I still it was 3 weeks ago, and I still feel a way about it. I'm still not over it. Still not over it. Man got cooked.
They got meaning issues.
Yeah. Large up to Mimi every time. You got deviant, bro. Your snort finished me. It wasn't just me. Yeah, that snorted. I've never heard you snort before, fam.
No, bro. We have. I'm sure it was the car journey after Everton. I'm sure it was, but you've heard that before.
Here you go. They're trying to help you. See that? You're saying Ryan, it's fine. We cook Statman Baines worse than you. Yeah, Statman gets it worse than you. You know what I'm saying? And that. So
it's healthy. Healthy bonding, roasting. That's what it is.
See, Sasha says deviant. Larger for the super chat as well. We'll go to this. This will bring back some normality, and you can get it off because Ryan's finished in it, so he's not going to interrupt you. Before
you do, I'm going to bounce. I'm going to be in the comments, but my phone's dying. So
all right, love deviant every time, my G. Yeah, bless her.
All right,
yeah,
everyone.
Bless. But Daniel here says, Jan, you still don't want Kane now. So what's your thoughts? Has this game changed anything in regards to how you look without a striker or a 9?
Well, we need a striker. That's been obvious. My issue with Kane was that I wanted a different option to Kane. That's what I wanted. There's no doubt that with Kane, we're more likely to win the league. We know that. Do you know what I mean? So that's never really been the issue.
Yeah.
It's just been who we're going to get as a striker. City want Kane. They've made that clear. I think if they didn't want Kane, they probably would have gone for Messi just because it's Messi. But they didn't. They were like, no, we're looking at Kane now. We're not even going to bid. Which is strange for City because City have been in twice for Messi. So to not go in when you actually can get him, to me was a bit strange, but they didn't because they had their headset on Kane. We knew that Kane wasn't going to come before the Spurs game because obviously Spurs don't want him playing against them. So we knew he wasn't going to, even if he was going to come, it was going to be after today. So, yeah, I think we definitely need a striker. That's been obvious for a few years now. Even when we had Aguero, because Aguero was injured quite a lot, it was obvious we needed the striker. Like I've said before, we used to have 4 decent strikers. Now we've got none, you know.
Yeah, and I think
for me, Gabby is not a striker. He's not a natural striker anyway, so I don't class him as a striker as such. So, yeah, we definitely need a striker. I think the only person available right now is Kane in terms of who wants to leave and who we can realistically maybe buy. I do think City were probably going to have to pay more than they want to pay because we literally have no choice. So I think they'll have to pay whatever Spurs ask for. So, yeah, I think it's a case of we probably will get him now because it's sort of like last season. My predictions for the season were if we got a centre-back, we would win the league. This season, it was if we get a striker, we'll win the league. Last season, we started really poorly. I think we lost 2 of our first 3 games or something like that. Last season, we didn't start well. And we bought Ruben Diaz, and then we got better and better, and we won the league. I feel like it'll be similar this year. I think we'll get Kane. If we weren't going to get Kane, we definitely are after today. So we'll probably go and get him now. And yeah, and then I think we've got a good chance of winning the league just because we do create chances. Like today, I don't think City were particularly good today, but we still created more chances. You know, we tend to create more chances than the opposition. That's just how we play. So if we have someone that can put the ball in the back of the net, that will help us, obviously. So, yeah, I think definitely we'll probably definitely get a striker now. It probably has to be Kane. There's no other option. The only thing that concerns me is I do think Haaland will leave next year. And, you know, there's a chance that if he does want to come to the Prem, there's only really one team that need him next year, and it's not City and it's not Chelsea. So it's probably going to be United. And I do not want to see Haaland at Man United. So that's my concern. But, yeah, I think I'm hoping that if we do get Kane, he goes Madrid.
Yeah, and I feel like if you get Kane, I think it might be a bit of a catch-22 at times because I feel like as much as people say, you might need a striker because this false 9 thing doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like a big thing with Pep is like all the attack is interchanging. So you might see, I don't know, Foden start off on the left and then he goes into the right and then everyone interchanges. With Kane, I don't think like you can do that as much because I don't think he's as like if he sees City, he's probably just gonna wanna bag goals. But at the same time, I think there will be times if you don't get Kane that you feel like, oh, we could do with Kane because we're making all these movements, but nobody's going to finish. And then there's going to be other times when you have Kane and then the system might just rely on feeding it to Kane instead of like what Man City have been doing for like the last couple of years, which is all the attackers interchanging and then making goals. And then you don't really have like a proven goal scorer, but everyone gets goals.
Yeah. No, I get that. I think with Harry Kane, they will look for Kane. The good thing is, though, I think the balls that like De Bruyne puts in, obviously Grealish hasn't really got into. I kind of predicted this when he signed. I know that players take a while under Pep. Like we've seen it with every single player that's come in. I think Ruben Diaz is probably the only one that's come in and has hit the ground running. Everyone else, they've taken a while to adapt to Pep. Like if you remember João Cancelo, like when João Cancelo first came in, he didn't look great. And everyone was saying, why would you give Danilo away to get this guy? He's not better. And I was saying, just wait. I remember like tweeting, just wait, he'll be fine next season. He'll be fine next season. Everyone was saying, he's not good enough. And then he had a very good season last season. I'd say he dropped off towards the end, but the first, that period where City were unbeaten, he was on fire. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them where I don't expect Grealish to kind of just hit the ground running too much, even though he is prem proven and stuff like that. It does.
Like Timo's in the building. Sorry to cut you off, but go on, carry on, yeah.
Yeah, it does take a while for people to adapt to what Pep wants and stuff like that. So I expect Jack could kick in a few games down the line. I thought he did all right today, considering it's his first proper game under City. I know he played, but it's his first game, so I'm not really going to hold too much against Jack Grealish. I thought he did quite well. Winning the ball back sometimes, and he made some decent runs. But I think Spurs just handled him quite well today. So, yeah, it's just one of them. I don't know, obviously, what's going to happen, but I can't see City relying on a false nine again for a whole season. I just don't think. I can't see it. The only way we could have done that is if we brought in like Messi, because Messi is Messi. Do you know what I mean? I don't think we can do it with the players that we have right now. So definitely need a striker.
Were you saying, Timo, though, you good first before we continue the show?
Yeah, good? I'm good. Ryan, take the L, man. Honestly, just go to bed. Take the L.
This guy just coming sending shots. We're off that, yo. Ryan's a beaten man. He's Arsenal right now. Large NB says, flawless be causing chaos and missing questions out as well. LOL as well. I do apologize if we have missed questions, but as you've seen, the chat's very busy. You got people on and it did descend into chaos, but I will get, even if you repeat your question, I will get to it. And obviously, like I said, members do take priority, so I'm not ignoring you lot as well. There's a couple good questions I wanted to get to. Talk to me.
Yeah, after go, bro, yeah.
Yeah, no stress. Yo, plug everything before you go, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're currently, let's see quickly. We're currently around 12 subscribers away from 400 subscribers. So...
Yo, go sub to his channel, people. Yeah, go sub to his channel. Hey, mods, put it in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Go sub, everyone. Definitely go sub.
And go like, especially if there's enough Chelsea fans here in the regular, so go support one of your own. You know what I'm saying? Go support one of your own.
Flawless, love for having me on. Big up the panel. Flawless, Ryan, Jan, Father, Eleanor. Appreciate you guys, but yeah, follow me.
Thanks for the jokes, man. You drop jokes and then just sit there with a straight face. Like, it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
He's already got the knack of it already, and
that's what I mean. You're looking at the next big thing at Stamford Bridge. Like, come on.
Let's go.
You got this.
Love, man. Love.
Large up, brother, yeah?
Guys, see you guys in a bit, man.
Safe, man. According to, I'm not even sure who that is, but Slen says, according to someone on Twitter, Mbappe will ask PSG to negotiate with Real Madrid for him in a meeting tomorrow. To me, that's a bad move. Why? We were talking about projects before with in regards to Arsenal and Everton. PSG is the most exciting project in Europe. Why are you leaving
the best team, one of the best teams in the world, if not the best team in the world, for a downbeaten Real Madrid?
Yeah. Unless you're going to Real Madrid, unless he knows something we don't, and he's not just going to Real Madrid, say he's taking a Pogba with him and a Haaland's going there, that's different. If he does the basketball type of thing,
that is what the rumors are, isn't it? That all three
that makes sense.
But even if that's the case, like, even if it's Real Madrid with Sergio Ramos, Varane, like, their midfield is very old. You know what I mean? Like, Modric is at the end of his career. Like, their team, the younger players that they're bringing through are not at the level of the Real Madrid when they had Cristiano Ronaldo, Bale, like everyone like that. So, I don't know. Like, I think even if he does take Pogba and Haaland with him, they've got a bit of rebuilding to do anyway. Apparently, they've got
massive rebuild job.
I don't buy it because these teams have no money and then they spend loads of money. But I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one for me. But his dream is to play for Real Madrid. So I don't know. Maybe he'll go there regardless.
Maybe you just want to become, like a main guy.
Yeah, but like I said, if he's going there and taking players with him, that makes sense. If he's taking a Pogba and a Haaland with him, but it's much bigger than those, but they're a start. Because if you look,
imagine he gets there and then Pogba decides, oh, you know what, I'm going to go PSG. And then Haaland decides, oh, I'm going to go Man United. Like, he's there on his own. So it's a bit of a risk. Unless they all sign together, like what's happened at PSG, where they've all kind of signed at the same time. Like, that's risky, isn't it?
I don't like, if I'm advising him, I'm like, why would you leave this? You know what I'm saying? I'm not even a professional footballer and I want to play for PSG. Why would you leave that type of project?
Exactly.
Listen, like, I don't get it. And they're only going to add to that. Like,
and he's French as well. It's not like he's
French,
Spanish. Like,
and they haven't even spent a lot of money, like in terms of transfer fees. What I'm talking about, wages is massive, but you got the majority of them man for free. So imagine what they'll do after, say, a couple of years when Messi goes. Like, they're moving like a serious club to help you to be successful. Yeah, like if he had already won the Champions League there already, I would understand it more. Because you've kind of accomplished everything, but you still got certain. Because you got booed obviously against Strasbourg. You got booed by. You get me, the ultras in it, the top led blues. You know what I'm saying? And that, now the top reds, the top led blues. Ryan, your thoughts on this? What are you telling me on Mbappe reportedly telling PSG to negotiate with Madrid? What are you saying?
Yeah, it's a pretty dumb move, to be honest. Like, why would you leave a team that are capable of winning Champions League for a team that just sacked the manager? Yeah, they got Ancelotti and his quality, but there's so much rebuilding. It's an aging squad. Like, you'd just be stupid if anything. Well, you'd just be stupid to do it at the end of the day. Like, especially like you are guaranteed to start really at PSG as well. Like, he's not really the poster boy anymore, but like he was, and he's still a big part of their team. So he'd be stupid to move, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I nipping out a question for Jan, but I can't remember. I can't even find it where it was at. It was about...
he was asking about Dusan Vlahovic.
Yeah, Jan, your thoughts on this? Would you take Fiorentina's Vlahovic?
I haven't watched them, so I don't know.
Let them get Kane. He's ours. Let them get Kane.
What makes you think Kane's gonna go to Man City anyway?
Because he wants to go to Man City. What do you mean? And they today was more apparent than ever that they need a number 9.
Hold on. Then a couple of months ago, it was rumors going to us.
Who?
He would never go to Chelsea. We would never sell to Chelsea, regardless of what Kane would. We would never sell to Chelsea. As Levy would not sell to Chelsea. It would be too far. That would you can't do that. Like, that would be like Campbell levels of betrayal. Like, he wouldn't do that. Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, that is actually absurd that you would even think that. Like, he's not gonna come to you.
He said he wants to play with De Bruyne, basically.
Yeah, but he wants to play with De Bruyne, but regardless, Tottenham would not sell him to
Chelsea. Yeah.
Like, we took a lesser offer from Real Madrid for Modric because we didn't want to sell to Chelsea when you lot came in for Modric.
I love that type of petty. That's great. Dan here says...
that's the one thing I'll praise the board for. If Chelsea come in with 200 million, I don't give a shit. You're not getting Kane. Like, I don't care. Like, I genuinely don't care what you offer. I'm not giving him to Chelsea. And I actually rate that from our board. One thing I rate from our board is that they won't sell to Chelsea, and I rate it. Because Roman comes in with some stupid offers for players, and we're just like, no.
I respect it still. I do
respect it. So yeah, we won't do business with Chelsea. I know that. For Kane, especially. Maybe for if you want some crap players, but for Kane, we won't give you it.
Mbappe and Benzema will be a good link up still. I agree, Dan. Mbappe, Benzema, I was gassed about that it didn't pan out in the Euros because Mbappe wasn't good, but Benzema, one of my favorite strikers, regardless. Slen says Madrid aren't broke, by the way. They could still sign free agents next year and it'd be a mad link up. If that is the plan, that makes sense, which makes me think Mbappe going there is that type of plan. I never expect Real Madrid to just lie down and just not be good, but it is a massive rebuild job because you got a defense to get, midfield and attack.
That's so high right now. There's no.
Yeah, why would you leave that? Why?
It's
money.
I don't know.
Money.
PSG, they don't pay enough.
Like, I'm sure he's on, unless that
Yeah,
Real
he's
Madrid are
not
doubling his wages. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think
They
there
don't
is.
have
There
money
might be.
themselves.
I
Perez
swear,
is sitting here begging for the Super League because he's broke. Like
that could be one of the reasons. Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
one that started this mess. To be fair,
Well, that's what I would say.
I don't know. It could be like because at the moment, like when I was growing up, obviously Barcelona were like the best team in the world at times, right? So it's like if I was like a kid that played football, like a guy that played football, you would like dream of going to Barcelona. But the Barcelona nowadays is not the same Barcelona. I'm not saying they can't be good, because obviously they have a lot of quite good youth players and stuff like that. They always have. But it's not quite the same Barcelona. And I feel like Real Madrid are not as far off as Barcelona, but they're still not the same Real Madrid that they were even like 3 years ago. So they would need to rebuild. And it's like, then when you rebuild, it's like getting the right players in and hoping that they gel. Because they might get in Haaland, Mbappe, and Pogba. We already know Pogba and Mbappe because they play together already. But like, how do you know they're going to link up well with Haaland? Like, you just don't really know until it happens. And then the players they get in, who knows they're going to be as good as Ramos? Like, you just don't know. So it is a risk for him to go there. But I think because he's always had that as his dream, and I think with Mbappe, like he knows if he goes there and it doesn't work out, I'm sure he can get a move elsewhere. He's not kind of stuck there forever. So he'll probably go. I do believe that. But yeah, I think his dream was like to go play there with like Ronaldo and stuff.
Yeah, so, like it's not really an attractive proposition like it was. That's the thing, which makes me think again, and I keep saying this, that more players are going there. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm getting for it. Like more. MB, this is a good question actually. Eleanor, what would you deem a successful first season for Nuno?
I spoke about this like just on a post-match stream as well. For me, 5th and a cup, any cup, is a success.
Conference League?
The Conference League, at the end of the day, if we're in the Europa League and we're not in the Conference League and we've won it, like, I'll take it. Like, you got to remember, we just came out of Jose ball. Like, I don't know what we're expecting. Like, I'm not sitting there expecting Nuno to be like the next coming of like Pep. Like, I'm just expecting me to enjoy a bit of my football, which I am at the moment, and just, do better than last season. So 5th for me, get Europa League, and get a cup. If the Conference League counts, yeah. If not, then I'd love the FA Cup. I'd love it. But yeah, that would be a success. What would be okay would be probably getting 5th and the Conference League. So
I think first and foremost, you got to keep Harry Kane first.
I don't think they want him. I think they'd rather get the money and reinvest.
Are you mad? I don't want him, so I'm not keeping him because I don't.
Are you mad?
How are you going to rebuild if they give you £150 million from if Kane left? How are you going to rebuild that? Who's going to come to your team then?
What do you mean? We pay them the money, they come.
Like, let's just say they offer about 150 million, which you lot accepted.
Take it. I'm right.
Take it. Yeah, take it. And then
some of them might take it.
How are you going to rebuild from there? Like, what
do you mean? How are we going to rebuild from there?
Like, which type of player? Like, which type of player that would like to?
You can get more than one. That's what I think it is.
I don't think. This is what annoys me about rival fans. They talk like Tottenham is not a proposition that clubs want to go to. We're not in the dire strengths that Arsenal is in. Every player has an ego. Everyone wants to be that player that comes in and wins that trophy for Tottenham. It's a big deal. The reason why Jose came is because he felt like he could do that. This is what I mean. It's a big deal to come into Tottenham and win that trophy. Now, I'm not saying we're going to look at caliber of, Mbappe and people like that. I'm not looking at that sort of caliber of people. I'm looking at another centre-back, a midfielder that can replace Eriksen as a creative player, because Lo Celso, someone tell me what he does, because he's not creative and he's not holding. So what are you actually doing? Because I'm not sure. Like, I genuinely, I don't know. So we need a creative midfielder and a striker and a right back. These are things that are not going to get done. I'm not saying they'll get done all this window because that's impossible for Tottenham. But I mean, you give us 150 million, we can start to get get the striker in, of course, maybe get a centre back in, and then the next window maybe get a creative player and the right back. It's going to take some time to get Tottenham back up. We are in the rebuild process. But what I'm saying is we get that 150 million. It's probably better for the club to be doing that rather than keeping Kane for no reason. We're keeping Kane and not moving forward because we don't have the money to get that other centre-back, to get that midfielder that we need for creation, to get a striker that hasn't lost that many finals and semi-finals for us. This sort in his head. Like, I just feel like we need fresh blood, and like the team needs to be refreshed. The only way it's going to happen is with Kane money. That's me being like objective at the situation, regardless of the fact that I don't want Kane to play for us again because of the way he's acted. That's a different story. Funny how he can go online and talk about golf and he hasn't even addressed his fans. Even before, when he refused to come to training, he said we were blowing it out of proportion. So yeah, I don't want that player.
Did he say you lot were blowing it out of proportion?
He said the situation's been blown out of proportion.
How you didn't turn up to work?
I just think that's ridiculous. What do you mean blown out of proportion? He's saying because he was in Florida, he couldn't come and train. No, if you're in Florida and the club expects you back, I don't care if your England friends came back later. I don't care. The club expected you back. You don't agree to a date and then just not show up. That's like me agreeing to go to work just because my friends are on holiday still. I'm not going to show up. Like you don't do that. Like you've agreed to come back on a date. Don't start saying that you have to quarantine. No. You come back before and you do your quarantine before, so you can be back for that day. So, regardless of all that, I just don't want him. So yeah, I don't want to keep Kane. So your like point is irrelevant to me because I don't want him.
It's a fair point. Big up S. Paco. So he said PSG isn't able to give Mbappe a better contract because of all the high wages they have right now, and he can be the big man at Real Madrid, which is the greatest club of all time. That's a fair point. And Don KJB, you make a great point as well because you say PSG getting old though. Madrid will bounce back next year or two. So my thing is with Mbappe, why would you just not wait a couple years and then go? You know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah, it's not like they're not going to take him if they. If
if he's available, why not you try to offer Mbappe though? If Mbappe is available,
I think it's hot set on Madrid. You know, I think it's hot set on Madrid.
There's no way.
He's always said that he wants to go there. That being said, though, I think if you come in with a serious proposition for him, then maybe he would. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he wouldn't just go straight to Madrid. Maybe like that's where he wants to go. But we've seen it before. We've seen a player turn up for a medical and then join another club. Sorry, Eleanor. But we've seen this happen before. So it's like sometimes even if
the Willian saga will never get old. That Willian saga was a nightmare
as well. Like it's happened before, you know.
It was top tier disrespect.
I know.
He was pen to paper, and these are fucking Roman called, and he just dipped. He literally left. Like, what is this? Like, I was gassed. I'm sitting in gas. We're getting this Brazilian. Like,
I ain't saying nothing.
Gassed.
Well, that's what I mean. So, like, yes, he has his heart set on Real Madrid, but I don't know. Like, if I was City, I would just test the water, innit? We're probably not going to get him.
Yeah, less of that. We don't need that.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Don't hate me.
I don't need anymore.
We don't need, I don't need my guy.
You know what? Mendy is not doing us any good as a footballer at the moment, so he might as well use his friendship for some good, innit?
To tell him don't come here because I can't perform here, so you might.
Can I just say to the person that said that Tottenham are on the same level as Arsenal, I will beg to differ. I genuinely think that is absolute cap. I think, yes, okay, we finished on top of them by like whatever, and it wasn't very good last season, but I'm going to put heavy Jose tax on that. But even then, we still managed to finish above them, and we haven't finished below them in the last, since 2014, 2015? I think that was the last time we finished below them, and it was by a point. So I definitely think the power shift has started. I'm not saying we're a bigger club. I had this conversation earlier on a space. We're not a bigger club, but the power shift in terms of where we're moving is definitely higher than where Arsenal are moving. So
definitely.
I think that's wishful thinking to say that we're on the same level, because you lot are not going anywhere, whereas we look like we're going somewhere. Not to the top, but we're going somewhere more than you, because the only place you're going is lower.
Yes, facts. Question for you, Ryan. Ryan, did you think Harvey Elliott will feature regularly in the league games, or do you think Klopp will ease him in, kind of thing?
He won't start league games, but he's playing him in this like number 8 role in midfield instead of in the front 3. I think he'll ease him in. He brought him on yesterday for a few minutes, but that was maybe like 3-0 up and game was done in it. So like, but like with him, I think in cup games, because he'll like rest Salah in cup games, I can see him playing on the right wing in those games. But in league games, maybe when 60 minutes, the game's over like yesterday, he'll bring him on more in the number 8 role. He'll get quite a lot of appearances this season. He won't start a lot of games though, but we'll see quite a bit of him, I think.
All right, cool. Fair enough. From what I've seen, he does look decent still, as much as it pains me to admit it. NB says, Jan, as Haaland is supposedly going for 70-odd million next summer, let's say you don't get Kane this window, will Pep make Haaland the main priority? Look at us. We can see all 48 teeth already. You get what I'm saying? At the yeah, serious. Well, go on. You know what I'm saying? Look at you. Are you all right? Do you need some water? Do you need a minute, yeah?
This is what I want to happen, but
it shows.
I don't trust my club to do the right thing. I don't.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, City do well in the transfer. Like, we're not we're not really bad or anything like that. Like, I'm not going to slag off our, the players that we bring in and stuff like that. But for me, Haaland makes a lot more sense. That's just what I think. But
yeah, we know your thoughts.
I don't think Pep thinks that. I think Pep thinks that Kane is the one. So
Harry's the guy, man.
Yeah, he does. So it's gonna be.
Come get him, then. We're waiting.
Yeah, go get. Yo, he was in London today. Man could have just bundled him in an Uber. You get what I'm saying?
You could have just taken him with you. I don't understand. Your coach was there. You could have met your team. All good vibes.
You know what's funny?
I'm gonna come with you this fixture next season. One of them. Like.
Somebody tweeted. I think I sent it in the group. Let me find it. Someone tweeted Spurs fans singing, "Are you watching Harry Kane?" And he's probably thinking, "Yeah, let me go fix this."
Yeah, go try, because you'll fumble on the big stage. If they need that point to win the league, you're gonna sky that shot. So you go try, babe. Enjoy your time.
Do you know what?
You're missing out on the title for like 3 points, so we're gonna fucking love it.
Do you know what? I will say, if Kane does sign for us, out of respect for a City player, I'll drop my agenda. However, if we don't win any trophies, the agenda's coming back. That means I'm right, man. If he's dodging trophies at Man City,
my wish is for him to sign and you lot not win anything, and we just win like the League Cup or something.
That will probably, I don't know. Imagine that, because that's the thing is with our team. Like I've already said, our actual players, they're not under any real pressure to win the Premier League in terms of everyone's just won it last year, and the only player that hasn't won it is Grealish, who is 25. So he's got more time on his side, I would say. And then it's Harry Kane. But Harry Kane is coming to win trophies right now. So if we didn't win the league, he's going to be the most pissed out of the whole team, because everyone else is going to think we won it last year, like it's not the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? Whereas he would feel some kind of way, I think, if he joined City and we didn't win the league. Because how you come in to improve the squad and we go backwards, like, that's kind of like embarrassing, isn't it?
I fully get your point. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'll be out here because of Ryan defending City players and Liverpool players is mad. But here we are.
I wasn't, but go for it.
I know, but something saying wow. Let me scroll to the bottom. And
no, he said Eleanor was about to say win the league, but she had to add cup.
No, see, Slens is a joke.
Behave.
I can't lie, yo. These Chelsea fans got a sense of humor. then you know Kane's the problem.
Do you know why? Because they're running in riches. They're lying in beds of money, so they're cool.
They're all like that. Like I legit believe, like overall as a group, trying to think in terms of YouTube, who is like they're definitely up there. Like the ones I know, United fans I know
so
are
they're
very
rolling
22.
in the money, so they can slander, they can make the jokes. If I make a joke, they say what happened. What's your club won since 2008, and I just have to sit there and be like,
you just got to hold the corner.
I've got to affirm it. So these lot can throw the shots because champions of Europe and all that crap.
I hear that. Here's a question from Deviant, large up Deviant. He did say he's going to be in the chat. He says, Eleanor, do you think Spurs will suffer losing the goals that Kane brought? I know you'll bring someone in, but will the goals from the rest of the team cover it? It's a good question still.
We're gonna suffer. Like you've got to remember, like we've all said on this panel, he's the best striker in the league. So we are going to suffer. Like it's not like you can lose that type of player and still keep up those numbers. Like you are gonna suffer. But what I'm saying is, in the long run, it might be good to actually use that across the team and actually try and build something more than just around one team, as Pep said, the famous Harry Kane team line, and then played him 4 times and not. We've won without.
Backfired.
It backfired big time because every time I played him without Kane, he ain't won. So it's quite funny. But yeah, we don't want to be the Kane team. So I think it can only benefit us in the long run. But obviously, in the league, we're gonna struggle like differently. Like we're gonna struggle about the goals he bought. But I think we can still win the same games. Like okay, Brighton, Kane scored the winner. He gets his goal. Son can score against Brighton. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, we might not get 4 or 5 goals. We might not have that goal difference. But I do think a lot of the teams he's getting those hat tricks and whatnot, it can be done without the hat trick.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say we won't suffer because we will, but I do think we just won't have as many goals to our name. But I think we can still win decent amount of games without him.
Yeah, and I think this is a brilliant question. Let me get to this from Don KJB. He says, what if City move on from Kane? What will Spurs do then? It can be sticky because Kane price will drop steeply if he doesn't go this window. I don't think it drops steeply if it does, and because he's got such a long-term contract, Spurs are in a position of power. If he had 2 years, 1 year, so that's how I look at it. But I think he moves on.
What do Spurs do then? Kane needs to graft because I'm sorry, I'm not forgiving him anytime soon.
Yeah, you got to grovel in that because he in a doghouse.
You need to start groveling for my respect because you're not getting it right now.
Oh,
just saying.
So
that's what Spurs do then. If you want to come back and like me sing one of our own, then act like it because you're not.
Notorious FAT says Flawless is Timo on fraud watch this season. He's looking needy. Timo Werner. Is he on fraud watch? He just did Werner stuff. He's not on fraud watch. Like he's like a constant. Like he's not a constant offender. Like he didn't life.
Too early to be called fraud watch. Behave yourself, please.
He in life on the prison, man. He's doing life, man. He's always there, man. Like this is not a shock. We know what Timo
does. Now he's on the fraud watch.
I'm just saying, innit? Like from what I'm hearing, because I didn't watch the Chelsea game in full. Timo Werner was Timo Werner. Very good movement. Very good off the ball.
He hasn't come out the gulag yet.
Yeah,
he's just firing shots and then they're missing. Like, he hasn't killed that one guy in the gulag yet. Like,
look, I understand the way it can be frustrating at times, but he's not a dribbler. He's a sprinter. There's a reason why he's dribbling so poor. Yes, that's the most fundamental basic that he had to do. He was poor as well yesterday. I can't lie. He was far below best. I have to admit that as well. But do I think he can be better? Do I think there's any other player apart from Havertz that can get the best out of Werner? Lukaku will.
You know what? I actually think you're right. I think they are the perfect foils for each other. They both have their deficiencies, yes. But those two together and the two up top, or Werner playing, or whatever you want to call it. As long as it's not Lukaku up top, yes, it makes sense. I could see that happening in the front three, whether it's Mount, whether it's Havertz, whether it's Ziyech, Pulisic, whoever. I hear that. Nippon says, question for Ray. Curtis Jones or Harvey Elliott, who will feature more? Who do you think will feature more? I think it just means overall.
Harvey Elliott, because I don't think Klopp likes playing Curtis Jones a lot, to be honest. Like I've always thought he's had a bit of a problem with him, to be honest. Like I remember he played against West Brom, made one mistake that led to a corner from which they scored, and we didn't see him again for ages. Even when we were playing like Milner in midfield and like proper dead midfielders, and then putting like our midfielders in centre back, he still weren't getting the game. So I think I don't think he likes playing Curtis Jones that much, and he seems to like Harvey Elliott. Trying him out in the 8 role. So Harvey Elliott, I think he'll play a lot more this season.
Fair enough. Matthew, this is a good question. This is why I went to it, even though you're not a member. This is a question to Flawless. Would you prefer to win the Premier League or Champions League this season? I just prefer, first and foremost, to be in the running in either of those competitions. Let's just get in the race. But all jokes aside, yeah, Premier League. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been so long. Yeah, Champions League has been longer, but yes, Premier League. And just so you don't think I'm shameless now. Imagine United are successful. We've been dead my entire time I've been doing YouTube, and I'm an absolute asshole. Imagine I actually had something to back it up with tangible. Like something to actually like. I've been shooting this it's not a war pistol because I'm not Arsenal, but I just been shooting this regular pistol. Like if you give me ammunition and actual weaponry, it's a wrap. If this United ever get good, like pray in it, like because I'm running riot on everybody. I'm running up in everybody's streams talking about champions of the league and all this crap, like doing Lewis, all that, dropping super chats like Kevin. Just 199. I'm running up, just dropping super chat like Kevin in it. Shout out my guy Kevin.
Dropped one more comment today.
Yeah. Large up Kevin and that. So yeah, I would say the Premier League, but of course either or because it's been so long since we've won either. But yes, personally Premier League.
Can I answer a question that someone asked? I've seen it a few times.
Yeah. Go on.
Someone, I think it was Nathan actually. He asked about because he said Pep said something about a slow start.
Yes, I was going to get to that. Actually.
How long will it take for them to kick in? I think usually you sort of have a pre-season, so you have like 3 or 4 games. So I think the problem that City have got is our fixtures are not that easy. So we don't have that sort of 4 games where you're playing teams that you can beat on an off day. Do you know what I mean? Spurs are very good at home, so you have to be on the ball to beat them. Then we've got Norwich, who Norwich are a weird one because we like.
Nah, they're easy. They are easy.
I'm not saying they're a hard team. What I'm saying is like they're a weird team because like we beat them. I think they beat us 3-2 once, and then we beat them 7-0 in the return. So it's just like a weird kind of team. But normally we do beat them. That 3-2 was like Pookie started the season really well that year. And
I remember.
Really, really good. And he scored like ridiculous amounts of goals at the start of the season. And that was part of City.
Prime as well.
But yeah, I think we should be beating Norwich, even if we're not at our best. Then we've got Arsenal. We don't tend to struggle against Arsenal, but these things can happen. So I think as long as we kind of get past, if we get 6 points from our next 2 games, I'm not really too worried. If we don't, then I don't think it matters in the long run because like Man City just like. The sooner we get ruled out, the more of a chance we have. That's just the way I feel. Like when last season, the minute everyone ruled out Man City, that's when we just got better. And that's probably what won us the league. People saying they ain't going to do it. So yeah, not too worried about City yet. But I do think this season's going to be tight. And I think dropping points is not great, especially this early on. So
let me ask you a question then. I got a question for you. I've not asked you this. Who do you in the title race? Who do you fear more, Chelsea or Liverpool, and why?
I think that I've said before the season happened. I said that City would probably have a worse season this year in the fact that retaining the title is hard. It's hard anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Liverpool. So very difficult.
It's one of them. Can we retain it again? If we are going to do it, the best person for it is Pep and this team. So I'm not too worried about them. But I do think it is difficult. I think Chelsea, they had problems going forward. They kind of solved that. So I would say Chelsea. When we predicted who was going to win the league, I did actually say Chelsea. I think Liverpool will be strong, especially under Klopp. They're definitely going to come
back. If we keep all our players fit, we'll win the league. If we keep our players fit, we'll win the league.
I seen you say that. I noted that and screenshotted that.
No, trust me. If we keep our 11 fit, we win the league.
I heard what you said. I disagree. That's why I noted it and screenshotted it.
The thing is,
disagree. Then underestimate us. I don't care if we keep our players fit, we will win this league. I'm that convinced.
And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because you saying that of one game, you weren't saying that beforehand. You beat Norwich, and now you're saying that. You weren't saying that before that. And your performance against Norwich wasn't that impressive. If you would have slapped them 7, I'd be like, cool.
I probably won't be able to.
Go on, get your reasons off your chest, innit? Because it's one game. I don't know what's the change. You were talking about finishing 3rd or 4th. You beat Norwich, and now you're saying you're going to win the league. So explain that one. I'm going to let you fully land. Because to me, that makes no sense.
You know why I think we are? If we keep this team fit. Because having Van Dijk and Matip is a big thing for not only for the defense but for the rest of the team in front of it. And you could see that we played a shit midfield yesterday. We played 3 midfielders yesterday who probably should have been sold in the summer. Milner, Keita, and Ox. All the 3 of them should have been sold in the summer, and we still were in control, fully in control. And the reason why I say that is because the last time we played like that was 2 years ago when we won the league. Even last season, like even before Van Dijk got injured, even though we were winning games, I remember us beating Leeds, Chelsea, Arsenal. We looked shaky in those games. It weren't like we were that controlled in those games. We beat Leeds 4-3. That was like end to end. Those games, and we lost obviously to Villa 7-2. Like we weren't looking comfortable. Whereas now, it did seem like it. This gave me vibes from 2 years ago, where I was like, "Nah, this team." Keep this team fit. They've won a league already. They know how to win it. They've got mentality to get it back because of the way they lost it last season. They've got motive to try and get their title back and prove people wrong. Klopp's not going to take what happened last season lying down. And I genuinely think that our strongest team is better than Chelsea's. I genuinely think we'll finish above Chelsea if we keep our strongest team fit, because I think it's better. And I still think we've got a better manager than them. And City, especially if they don't get Kane, but I think even if they do, we'll have one eye on the Champions League as well. And I genuinely think we can finish above them as well. Honestly, if we keep this team fit, this team is more than good enough to finish above both of them. We've still got Robertson to bring back. Fabinho didn't even play yesterday, and when he came on, you saw how even more controlled we were. And, Thiago's still got to come back. He's had one season. He'll be even better this season. And literally, because 2 years ago, it was like I was in games 2 years ago when we won the league, like relaxed during games. I was sitting back. I was like, we're just going to win this game easy because we were just so controlled and never looked in danger. And that's what it felt like yesterday as well. Even though it was only Norwich, people forget Norwich played really good attacking football. I've heard people say in the summer, Norwich,
we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Really
you predicted them to go down, so we're not doing that. That's one thing we're not doing.
I predict them to go down.
Exactly in it. You just proved my point.
Like Watford, for example. And
you just proved my point. No, all of those things every single reason there you listed, that's none of those are new after the Norwich game. So you're basing this off the Norwich game because you weren't saying this last week.
Because I didn't expect
you beat it. No, hold up. Against the Championship side. So because you beat a Championship side, that's why. Because none of the stuff you said. Hold up, man. Because you weren't saying this last week. Everything I've just said, and that's why I let you land there. Every single thing you've just said. Every single thing you've just. Yeah, but you weren't saying this last week. So you're basing this off one game.
I didn't expect because I just
look good against a Championship side. You should look good against a Championship side.
Though, because
why? Because you beat a Championship side. I watched bits and pieces of it. I actually thought you played well. I thought you played well.
I get that, but if you were watching the game,
my point is, this is a prisoner of the moment thing. Don't act like it's not
amazing. We were just so in control. Imagine when we get Thiago, Fabinho,
as
Robertson
I would expect.
Back. Then
I would expect Liverpool. I would expect any Liverpool side to look in control against any Championship side. You were playing a Championship side, and you're basing that solely off this because last week you weren't saying this. The whole of the run-up, you was not saying
that, but it did change yesterday because I saw this.
Because you beat a Championship, so because you beat a Championship side.
Even against promoted sides last season.
No, we're talking about this season. Last week, back to the point, last week, you were not saying this. Every single reason you've listed was like that beforehand, having Van Dijk and Matip back. City potentially not getting every single reason you listed. You're basing this because you beat Norwich 3-0. You beat a Championship side 3-0.
Think about our team though. Think about our team.
I
We've
rate
got
your
the
team.
best
I've said
goalkeeper
this.
in the league, in my opinion.
You had the best
best
goalkeeper in the league
goalkeeper in the
before.
league.
Wait. You had the best goalkeeper in the league before the Norwich game. That's nothing new. That's my whole point. And you're missing
No,
my
but it's
point.
when I
I'm
rethought
saying
it.
you
It's
beat
when
just
after
admit it's
the
because you
game.
beat a Norwich side. You beat a championship side.
Yeah,
And that's why
Norwich
you're
aren't a
gassed.
good side, but I was just
I'm not
really
saying they're
impressed
not a
with
good
how
side.
controlled we were in the game.
Against the championship side. Is that where your levels are?
Well, they're in the Premier League. They're not a championship side.
Well,
They're in the
they were
Premier
a
League.
championship side. They were champion. Okay, they're a championship
They got
level side
promoted
because you
top of the
predicted them to go down.
championship.
You predicted them to go down, so therefore you think they're championship level.
I do
You
think
don't
they'll
think they're
go
Premier League
down.
level. So they're a championship level side then.
But the Premier
So
League
I'm not
level this
incorrect
season,
in what
they're
I'm
in the
saying.
Premier League.
They're not a Premier League level side. No, they're not. They're a
If
championship
you're
level side.
predicting them to go down,
Go down.
then
They're a
you're
championship
then
level side.
Yeah.
Why are you
You're saying
arguing
that's
points
their
that's
level.
wrong? You're saying that they're championship level.
Can
Like,
I
of course you do.
No,
Can I
but-
just make a point? Because it's funny because every season,
One
like-
game, you know what I'm saying?
no, but it's not even one
No, 'cause
game.
I
like,
watched the
I've
game
seen
and it was literally like the
I've
way
We're
we
going to
played
win
2
the league
years
because we
ago.
beat the champions today.
Okay.
But like
All right.
even
Okay.
like
I'm not even
2
saying it
games,
because of that.
but even 2 games, 3 games in, you always get because I remember last season. I remember being on streams when Man City were like mid-table, right? And Tottenham were top of the league, I think.
Good
And everyone
times, good
was saying-
times.
Sorry, Eleanor, but everyone was saying if Tottenham beat Man City, are they serious title contenders? And they did. They went and beat us. And everyone was saying what's going to happen. And I remember being on stream discussing, do you think Spurs are going to win the league? You know what I mean? And it's like, for me, this is why I'm not too worried. Like, I will start to get worried about Man City when it gets to December and we're not in the top 4. Until then, I couldn't care less because at the end of the day, early days, you've still got people coming back. Like you say, you've got players coming back. The thing that I would say about Liverpool, because even though Liverpool have been very good over the past like 3 years or whatever, or 2 of the 3 years, it's my thing because I know Man City are still a good team. Yes, they didn't play well today, but when we won the league last year, we didn't beat Spurs. And when we won the league back to back, I don't think we beat Spurs. I think we beat Spurs in the first season. We didn't beat them in the second season. So over the past like 4 years, when we've been doing quite well, we've only beaten Spurs, I think, in one of them seasons. So it's like that to me is not a concern on its own. What I saw today from City wasn't like, oh shit, we're never going to win a game. It was, they don't really look match fit. They've made a few mistakes here and there. And it's not, to me, it's not like a concern like that. But it's one of them where I think the problem that City are going to have this season, and Liverpool and United, and even Chelsea maybe if they don't win it, is because everyone else has strengthened, it's going to be one of them situations because we saw with Man United yesterday, when Man United won, a lot of United fans were saying, we're going to win the league, we're going to win the league. And then when Chelsea won, Chelsea fans were saying, we're going to win the league, we're going to win the league. And it's just like, because it's early days, it's not, I don't know, like it's not that simple to just say, right, okay, Liverpool are going to play so well because right now Man United are playing well, Chelsea are playing well. Do you know what I mean? So at one point, everyone's going to have to play each other. And then that's when you kind of see more who's going to be finishing where. Do you know what I mean? So, and Don KJB about overconfidence is City's biggest problem. City don't have overconfidence. They go into every season, going for all 4 competitions. Any out of the 4 that we don't win, we get slated for. But what I would say about Man City is at this time, every single season, we get ruled out. Every single time, 3, 4, 5 games in, people start saying, "Oh, City don't look like
last season." Happened last season.
Remember when Arsenal used to win the league every year in November?
Yeah, I do remember that.
November, and then it's weird because like the Premier League season, I remember the most memorable one was that season. I think it was 13-14.
Yeah.
13-14, I think it was, because we won the league and then you won the league with Van Persie. And then the next season was a bit of a season. And I remember that season, Arsenal won it in like October. Then there was another team that won it at Christmas. I can't remember. Then it got to then it got to February.
Oh, sorry to put you off, yo. I know it's late, but happy belated birthday to my Donny Lindrix.
Yeah,
you
happy
get what
birthday,
I'm saying?
bro.
And yo, love, brother. Obviously, I wish you a happy birthday already, but I hope you've had a good day. Everything. And catch up with you soon, whenever you're in Manchester, man. Everyone in the chat, please wish Lindrix a happy birthday. Thank you. Go on, Jan. Carry on.
Yeah, so like it's just that season. Like I remember I had a birthday party in February, and I had a Chelsea fan that came, and he was actually laughing at me, saying Chelsea have won the league, you're shit, all this crap. And then the title race ended up being Liverpool and Man City, and then Man City won it. So it's like for me, I see it a lot at the start of the season. Everyone kind of says their team's going to win the league. I don't know if Man City are going to win the league this season. I don't know that yet. What I will say is that I wouldn't rule Man City out because I've seen us win it in seasons where we've been worse than this. Last season, we were terrible at the start of the season. I don't think we were actually terrible today. I thought, obviously, we weren't great, but we weren't terrible. That doesn't make me think, oh, God, we're fucked. Do you know what I mean? I think we need a striker. I think that's obvious. But I can't look at the season and be like, yeah, this team's won.
But you know what I'll say about Liverpool as well? Why you can't rule Liverpool out. I'm sorry, because you think about our strongest team.
Again, you doing this. Wait. No. Hold up 1 sec. And the reason why I'm cutting you off, no one's ruled Liverpool out.
Yeah, I wouldn't rule Liverpool out either.
Nobody's ruled Liverpool out.
Nobody's ruled. But think about
you said
team,
that what's
right?
crazy is you said if the first 11 stays fit, they win the league. That's a bold statement, and you weren't saying this before this week. So that's why I'm saying it's crazy to me. You beat a championship level side, and now you're talking about winning the league.
Actually, I said in the past few weeks, the only way we can win the league is if we keep our starting 11 fit. I have said that. I can remember
the only way
that
we can now is we no. But last week, the few weeks before, it was we can. Now it's we will. No, it's the difference. Now
because
it's because you beat a championship side. You don't like me saying it, but that's the fact of the matter.
I know we've beaten a shit side. But it was just the way we controlled and managed the game. That wasn't there last season in any game. No game last season was there last season.
Innit? I remember if you gain that confidence from that, that's cool. That's cool, innit? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just wild. That's all to me. That's wild. To go from that to that in a week.
I know. I've been watching my team for 90 minutes. I never
said again, don't put words in my mouth. I never said you don't know your team. And I said that's a wild take. To go from, we can win the league if we keep anyone fit, beat a championship side 3-0 and say we will win the league is crazy. And it's living in the moment. You don't like me saying that. That's the facts of the matter. That's the fact. So you beat a championship side 3-0, and now you're saying we will win the league. We will win the league. If we will win the league if everybody stays fit. That changed of one game. To me, that's a prisoner of the moment, and that's wild. You just don't like the fact that I'm saying it to you, but that's the facts of the matter. That's not an opinion.
I think it's not being healthy as well. It's about being consistent.
Yo, I think it's just the thing is, and I rate Liverpool. I think they have a very good 11.
99 points to win the league. Got 97 points the season before and almost won it.
I think you have a very good 11. Like I would never dispute that. Never dispute that. Do I believe you're behind City and Chelsea? Yes, but again, I'm talking about your switch. No. I think you're behind overall.
Better than ours?
No, see, you jumping down No, I said. I think the starting 11s are close. What I'm saying is squad overall. I don't think you have their.
I think our starting 11 is better than Chelsea's.
No, again, I'm saying no. Here's the thing. I'm saying that's debatable. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm talking about squad depth. Your squad doesn't match up with those two. That's the problem. The squad depth doesn't match up.
Managers are debating. If we keep our players fit, we will win the league, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's crazy. But you weren't saying this. But you weren't saying this last week. That's my whole point. You weren't saying this last week. So because you beat a championship side 3-0, all of a sudden it's gone from we can to we will, which is nuts to me. That's living in the moment.
I genuinely think we will.
Because you beat a championship side 3-0, which is cool.
After the game yesterday as well, I did give it thought after the game, and I just thought everything was doing. I was like, actually,
because you was gassed because you beat a championship side 3-0.
We will win.
I think that's the only way you do. See, I think that's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Because we're not going to win the league if we have to play our squad plays like Origi and Shaqiri.
No, I'm saying the statement. I'm saying the statement's crazy, but here we are. The statement's crazy.
But that's why, though, because a lot of people say, like, that, like in terms of squad depth and stuff, because they say things like defenses win your leagues and all this stuff, which is true. Do you know what I mean? Because you need that. You also do need depth. I think with Liverpool were quite lucky to get through like 2 whole seasons pretty much without like injuries everywhere. Last season, you got hit with injuries. I do think it would be rare to keep your whole team, your whole starting 11 fit for the whole season, especially when some of them were injured last year, because you tend to get injured again. You know what I mean? Once you've been injured. That's why like De Bruyne will get injured every season now. It just tends to happen. The more you get injured, the more injuries you get. It's one of them. But I'm not saying you can't do it. I've not ruled out anyone yet. What I would say is that, what I have said is that there's certain teams that I expect to win the league. So Man City are always expected to win the league, whether we're good enough or not. That's the expectations that we've set. Chelsea, champions of Europe, they are, according to them and everyone else, the best team in Europe. So if you're the best team in Europe, by rights, you should win the league.
But do you know what I'm saying?
Wait, sorry, I missed that. Who's the best team in Europe? Who is this? Who?
So Chelsea said because they won the Champions League.
Yeah.
So if you're the best team in Europe, you should be winning the league. But
you know what? I know you keep saying.
What is expected, do you know what I mean?
I know you keep saying we beat Norwich in Championship, right? But let me tell you something. I know it sounds wild what I'm saying. I'd get that, but what you have to remember, last season West Brom got relegated. And we played shit both times against West Brom. First time we drew 1-1 and we were shit.
No. You're missing the point. The reason why it's wild, if you were telling me all of this before the season started, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, this is wild. Nothing has changed apart from the fact.
Nothing
has changed apart from the fact you beat a championship side 3-0. And it's gone from we can win the league to we will. To me, that is wild. I don't understand. I can't explain it any better because you beat a championship side 3-0. I can't believe how much confidence that has given you.
That's because I've seen us play the same way we did 2 years ago and not last season.
Against the championship side, though, is my point. If you would beat someone, if you would beat them 7, or you beat a good team.
Between that last season, it wouldn't have been like that yesterday.
I think anyone beats a champion. I don't even think your performance was that impressive, to be honest. It was good, but it was nothing to write home about.
And measured like we were 2 years ago.
Like I say, that's wild to me, innit? Like I said, if you were saying it,
we had our worst midfield on the pitch.
The midfield wasn't good. Like I said, if you were saying all this before the game and leading up to it, I'd be like, cool. This is giving you that much confidence, which is wild to me, of one game. And you just admitted then and just said our performance wasn't even that impressive. So what do you rate on a scale of 1 to 10? No. On a scale of 1 to 10, what was the Liverpool performance? Or 0 to 10?
Probably a 6 or a 7.
Okay, so a 6 or an above average performance against the championship side is give you that much confidence. That is wild to me. Go on, Jan. That is crazy to me. That's nothing to do with what I'm saying. You just said 6, 7. So above average performance to give you that confidence. That's wild to me. That's wild to me.
I'm seeing a lot of your fans who said we couldn't win the league before the season, beat Leeds.
And I get
in
onto
one
them.
game and say you're going to win the league.
And do I wait? And do I not get onto them? Do I not say that's wild? Did I not have a debate with JB on this channel after the watch along talking about that? You know me well enough to know that. Me and JV debated that for half an hour afterwards, and Zeno. So I keep the same energy with my own team. It's the same. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. That's the exact same thing. Do you think we can win the league? Do you think United can win the league? That's my point. You know what I'm saying? No. So you would say the same to me. If I was saying what you're saying to me, you would call me crazy. But just because your team that you don't like it. If I was here saying United could win the league, you'd be looking at me like I was mad. Why? Because you beat Leeds 5-1. So how come you can't understand it on the switch? That's why Timo's over there smirking. Why can't you understand it when it's the other way around? If I was here right now on this microphone, this is why Ellen is laughing too, and was telling you United could win the league off the Leeds game, you'd be looking at me like I was nuts. So how come you can't understand it on the other way around? To explain. I'm lost. And our performance was better than yours. Our performance was better than yours.
The difference between ours and yours is because I said before the season, if we keep our players fit, we can win the league. I said we were capable of winning the league if our players stay fit.
And again, difference.
Capable
you know what I'm saying?
And
words.
Will are two different
There we
things.
go. You get me? You've switched,
saying
fam. You don't
capable
understand.
as if-
think we
When
will
you
win
no,
it.
but
Because
Ryan,
I
wait.
wasn't.
I haven't spoken in a long time.
Oh
Let
my
me
God.
speak for 1 second.
Oh my God.
Capable is is a negative way of saying it. Capable is like saying, well, we're capable of doing it. I doubt we will. That's normally the next words that come after capable. Saying we will win the league is very different to saying capable.
Yes.
But
And
I think
you've
it's because
switched in one.
if we
Wait.
keep our players
Hold up.
fit, we've got
Going
the
back on
starting
point.
11
The
in my
problem isn't
opinion.
your switch, it's why you switched.
Yes. Because if I switch, you'd be here talking about me how I'm mad. If I switch, you'd be on here telling me
After
that I'm
one game
crazy.
playing Norwich, you've switched.
And we played better than you.
weren't
And we
saying that.
played a
before
better team than you. We played a better team than you and had a better performance. You said 6 out of 7 out of 10. So you had an above average
we had the
performance
worst
against the
team
championship side. You know what I'm saying? That's
We
not
had
on
a
us.
missing
team
We
only
had a
that
three
worse team.
players. We missing
That's not on
7.
us.
Ryan,
we were missing
missing
players
7.
too. We were missing players too.
Yeah.
We were missing
Missing
players
7.
too. Our star boy
7,
didn't
Ryan.
start.
Look,
Martial
just
didn't
hear me
start.
out, innit?
Cavani was out. Diallo didn't start. We had Varane didn't start. We had hella players missing. That's not our 11. Just because our squad's better than yours is not my fault. That's my point. But you just don't want to hear it. But it is what it is. So we just going
But
around
it's
in
our
circles.
starting
No
11
apologies.
as well. We've got
Nobody's
the best
doubting your
goalkeeper
starting
in the
11.
league.
Why do you keep making comments that no one's debated?
No, but I'm telling
No
you,
one's
because I
debated
gave it thought after the game. I actually gave it thought after the game. We've got
Yeah,
the best
because you beat
goalkeeper in the
Norwich.
league. We've got
Yes,
arguably the best
you had
right
that
back in
before
the
the game.
league. We've got
You
the
had
best
that was
centre
all
back
of this
partnership in the
beforehand.
league with Van Dijk
All
and
of this,
Matip.
all of this was beforehand. This is my point. Eleanor said it best. I have no issue with what you're saying. It's because of the reason why, and
The
you don't
reason
think it's
why.
wild. But if
You don't-
I
you
said that
don't
to
think-
you think it's
But
wild.
listen, if you came on this show last week or whatever and said, if we keep our players fit, we will win the league. That's cool. That's your opinion. You're allowed to think that. I
I'd be
think
like,
every
cool.
team in their right can think whatever they
Well,
want.
can't our
of their
opinions
squad,
change?
right?
Can't our opinions
But for
change?
you, wait.
Yes, they can. 100%.
But,
They can
but for
change.
you to change your mind
Yeah.
after beating Norwich is a wild statement. It's not difficult
It's not
to
just
understand.
beating Norwich. Yeah, it came after
So
beating
what else
Norwich.
is it
but I
then?
gave it
Wait, what
extra
else is
thought,
it then?
and I realized
What else
again
is
how
it?
good our team is.
Because of
Because
the
I
because
then
of the Norwich
realized
game.
again how I went
Because
to
of
our
the
team
Norwich
and I
game.
realized
Because
this
of
is
the
a
Norwich
fucking good
game.
team.
Because of
But
the
you realise
Norwich
who you
game.
played, right? You're not always going to be playing that caliber of team.
Because of the Norwich game, that's my point. If you just turned around and said, yes, I switched because of the Norwich game, conversation over. There's nothing else to debate, but you don't want to admit it because you know how foolish it
That was
sounds.
the reason I switched. That was the reason I
Yeah.
switched. So I think we will
Okay.
win the league if we keep those
Because
players
you beat
fit.
Norwich, yeah? 3-0. All right, cool.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
because of the way we played.
Okay, cool.
Even the way you listen, we can play
No,
Marine
you
every
guys
week
don't
and look like we're in
understand.
Barcelona.
Like, whole
I'm
of
not
last
going to play
season.
Marine every week.
No, I get
I-
what you,
no,
I
because
get
you-
what you're saying, Ryan. But the thing that I would say is like Man United looked good. Obviously, when they played, they had a better. Even though they actually won by more, 6-2. Do you know what I mean? Scored more goals against us last season. The performance was very good. Chelsea, who had struggled against like the sort of Crystal Palace type sides, they beat them quite easy with players missing. Tottenham obviously beat City, and it wasn't like last season where it was like 90% City and Spurs won 2-0. It was actually Spurs were actually quite good.
Yeah, but you know why I think I have actually changed? And I know
Like,
changing
You weren't the only team to have
but I know saying changing my mind after a game against Norwich sounds wild. I get that. But what you have to
Okay.
remember, we went
That's
through a
it.
whole year
Ryan,
last season.
but
playing
you're
football, but I
always
had-
going to
Nah, don't
anyway.
interrupt me. Don't interrupt me.
Wait,
I went through a
wait.
whole lot last season, yeah. Last season, forgetting how good we were the year before because we weren't playing anything like that last season in any game. There was not one game last season where it was anything like the 2 seasons before that. Yesterday's game made me realize, yes, it was against dead Norwich, but it made me realize how we used to play and how good we actually were, and that's exactly how we played yesterday. Plus,
but
we
you
had
know what?
players like Thiago, Fabinho, Robertson, and that's why I think our team
Do you know what, Ryan?
is actually the
There's no
strongest if we
problem
keep
with
our
thinking
players
your
fit.
team. There's no problem with thinking your team's going to win the league after a game, but it's the fact that you can say, I've got more confidence in us winning the league. You going and saying we will win the league after one game is just a mad statement after one game. Give it a few games and see how you're playing.
Yeah.
But the way you're making it sound is like it's 100% a fact because you beat Norwich. You have to give it some time, but you can say you have more confidence in your team now. There's a different way of wording things. The way you word it is like it's 100% a fact, and everyone else that disputes it is wrong. But you realize the reason that you're saying it doesn't make sense because you didn't say this before the Norwich game, and Norwich is not the team you're playing every
because
week.
I've forgotten how good we were.
When you're playing the Man United, the Chelseas, the Cities, they're not going to give you an easy ride to be able to play the same way that you just played against Norwich.
That's crazy. If you underestimated if you underestimated your team, that's on you. I didn't underestimate.
Yeah, it's on me.
I tell you this all the time.
That's my fault.
Yeah, but one game shouldn't change your whole argument.
It's the drastic. Yeah, it's the drastic.
Like that in a year. I've forgotten how good we were.
From one to another is quite large.
It's huge.
But that's
humongous.
Opposite for what's happening for City because like a lot of people are ruling City out already because we lost one game. So it's like the opposite thing.
Yes, so Jan. If Jan came on here and turned around and went after the Spurs game, we can't win the league. We got no chance. After being confident, we gonna all look at her like she's absolutely crazy. That's all I'm saying.
Chelsea are favourites anyway for weeks.
See, listen, you listen with the intent to get me to reply and not listen. I didn't. Who mentioned them being favourites? Nobody said that. If you're not going to pay attention to what's being said, there's no point in having a conversation. Nobody said that about them. Jan B saying Chelsea are favourites. What I said was, and I will repeat this again. After today's result, if Jan came on here and said City have no chance of winning the league, we would all look at her like he was crazy. After she's confident they can. She said they're second favourites. It's the exact same thing, just the opposite. And you would say that. But because it's you don't want to admit it because it's your team, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still going to sit here and tell you you're wrong when you're wrong.
David Fisher saying it as a United fan.
Liverpool have been there and done that. If they're capable of winning the league, I understand Liverpool fans gaining massive confidence from that victory is completely different to us. If they want to, what's it called? Massive confidence from beating the championship side. That's wild to me. And that don't exist in me. You get what I'm saying? That don't exist in me. That makes no beating the championship side does not give me massive confidence. You don't have to put that
into context now. We just beat the champions. Put that context, put that same energy in the context then. Because you're saying, because they beat Norwich. What's your logic then? We beat City. Does that mean we've got a chance to win the league? Because no, we don't.
Spurs gonna win it. If Eleanor came on and said that, we look at like, wow.
Spurs had the best weekend out of everyone. Because
if Eleanor came on and said that, we'd look at her like she was mad.
A team.
I came on here and started saying we're gonna win the league.
You look at her like she's crazy, yourself included, Ryan. That's my point. Same way if I came on there and said United are going to win the league because we beat
the difference is, Ryan, you were always going to win anyway because Salah, Jota, and Mane are your attack. You play an attacking-minded side.
Yesterday, by the way.
Liverpool were poor. However, in reality, you were poor as well. Play like that against Brentford, you won't beat them.
We'll beat Brentford. Because we'll have a better team by then and we'll beat Brentford.
Where is 100%.
It? Brentford weren't all that. Don't let Arsenal fool you into thinking Brentford were all that.
Yeah, I even saying all that. Where was it? Is it Anfield? The Brentford game.
Which one?
The Liverpool Brentford. Is that your next game?
Brentford.
Is it?
I think it's at Brentford.
Oh, is that Brentford? Okay.
It's not the next game. Our next game is Burnley at Anfield.
Okay.
Our next game is Burnley at Anfield.
Well, yeah. All right, people.
And then Chelsea at Anfield.
Yeah, I hope you lot have enjoyed.
And I think we'll beat Chelsea at Anfield. At Anfield.
To me, it's got draw all over it.
They've got Lukaku playing that game. He won't turn up because he never has at Anfield. Even when we had shit teams, even when we had Lovren and Skirtle at the back, Lukaku would never turn up at Anfield. Never.
You know what I'm saying, but again,
why?
I don't know why the focus is Lukaku when I get the winning the game's calm. I just don't. Again, the logic to that is off to me because I don't think they need Lukaku to get a result at your place.
Can I make
a central focal point?
Yeah, he is. But they won their last year without him. Like, so they're capable. I'm sure they drew.
But we're a better team from that game now.
Because when I say Kane doesn't,
I don't. It's not like Lukaku. You can't put it all on Lukaku. Like, we don't even know how he's gonna fit in. We have no idea. We have zero idea how he's gonna fit in. And you telling me that the likes of Mount, Werner, let's use Pulisic, can't go to Anfield and win a game, and Jorginho and Kante. those 5 players turn up, they beat you.
But I think we'll win the game.
That's my point. So then we can't put that on Lukaku. Then again, I'm not disputing your initial point. My problem is with your reasoning because I don't understand it. Lukaku never turns up, so that means they won't win. He could play 3 out of 10 and they still could beat you because they have other players who are capable. They have other players who are capable. Attacking players, whether that's Mount, whether that's Werner, whether that's Ziyech, whether that's Pulisic, whether that's Jorginho, whether that's Kante, whether that's Alonso, and I can keep going. They have ample players to beat. They're one of the best teams in the league for a reason. Wherever you rank them, they're top 3.
Yeah.
That's my point. So I don't get, again, your reasoning is off to me. Oh, Lukaku won't show up, so that's why they won't win.
He won't show up. Lukaku won't show up.
I ain't even disputing that. Again, you're arguing a point I'm not making. I just said that makes no difference. He could go there and drop a 0 out of 10 and they still could beat you or get a draw because of the other players they have. They're not a one-man team. Yeah. They're not a one-man team. So that's why I don't get your logic. Your reasoning is completely off. What you said is not cool. I actually think it'll be a draw. But that's just me. Sorry, go on, Yen.
No, I was going to say, because when I say, like, Kane doesn't turn up in certain games, like, what I've been told on this panel is that when he joins City, they're a better team, so you would expect him to turn up in them games. So it could be the same with Lukaku, because Chelsea have a very good team.
You know what it is with Lukaku, though? You know what it is with him? He never even turned up when we had Lovren and Skrtel at them times. When we had shit teams. We got Van Dijk and Matip. We had Lovren and Skrtel, and he would never turn up in those games.
Like City last season, we couldn't beat Leeds, but we won the league. Because when we needed to beat...
if Lukaku couldn't have turned up in against Lovren and Skrtel and these guys, I don't expect him to turn up against Van Dijk and Matip.
Again, I'm lost why this is the focal point, but here we go of the conversation. I'm lost by the reason.
We've never beaten you at Anfield since 2003 when we had Nicolas Anelka.
And you beat us.
Yeah, I know we beat you last year, but up until then we hadn't. But it didn't mean we didn't win the league.
Like,
I mean,
because you were better than us. Because you were better than us. You're a better team than us last season. That's why you beat us.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just lost by the logic of it. What you're saying is not wrong. Like, I can fully see Liverpool winning the game. I'm not arguing that down. Yeah, like that's not what is the whole point of all. Well, Lukaku don't show up at Anfield, so they won't win. Like, they don't necessarily need him to. Like I keep saying, he can play 1 out of 10, and they have other players to hurt you. They have multiple players. In terms of attack, probably behind the Manchester clubs, they're the next best in terms of attacking options. So I don't understand it, but you know, it is what it is, isn't it? We move from that.
I honestly think if we keep these players fit, we'll win the league, and no one can tell me that. I honestly think if we do, because I think we got the best team out of City and Chelsea. I genuinely believe that.
Again, you're arguing a point that nobody made. Nobody said you can't win the league.
Do you know what? This is actually the best season.
It's because yesterday, I know, like I said, I know it was against a championship side, but I hadn't seen us play that team
before. 10 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, they weren't. It was a Premier League level.
I've forgotten how good we were.
Okay,
in fact, even nearly 2 years, because we were even after COVID, when we came back that season, we were shit. Even when we won the league,
that's on you.
So even since pre-COVID, I ain't seen us play like that.
I've been telling you this, but you don't want to listen now. And now you beat Norwich. Now you want to listen to me. I predicted you lot to finish.
Because I realized how that good we actually were, and now we're back.
No, it's because you don't like listening. I've been telling you this. All the things you are talking about, I've been telling you this for the longest. I predicted you lot to finish above us, and we had a fantastic window. We just signed Sancho and Varane. We had a fantastic window, and I still predict. But you did again, like you're not listening. Again, like you're no. What I'm saying is, I was telling you these things about Liverpool, but you didn't want to listen. But now you beat a championship side, and now you want to listen. That's my point. Is you don't listen. You're not listening to what's being said. I've been telling you this about Liverpool. When you was telling me, "Oh, the squad's weak, this, and that," I said, "Now you'll finish above us." But now you beat a championship side, and now you're saying all the things I'm saying. Apart from you will win the league.
Well, I did say though that if we keep this 11 fit, we'll definitely finish above Chelsea. That's why I said we'll finish above Chelsea, and if we don't win the league, we'll come very, very close. That's what I said.
But large up you lot anyway.
Because we're better than Chelsea. This team is better than Chelsea. 100%.
Clip this.
We're better.
Remember this.
So, boss, it's not even aggressive because you know what it is, boss. So I'm guessing you probably see me more with United fans. So with United fans, we're not really debating stuff. There's nothing to debate. Whereas here, the 4 individuals that are here are all rival fans. So that's what that is. So that's what that is. And like I said in it, I'm all for different opinions, but I'm gonna question you in your reason when your reason don't make sense to me. Like I said, he's done it twice, so that's why Ryan's little bro. But I'm gonna question it when he says why Chelsea can't get a result at Anfield.
No, you would question any one of us. You'd question me. You'd question
anyone. If someone made a wild statement, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's not right. And yes, Dupe, some people are very reactionary. Same way if Jan came on here and said City can't win the league, no chance because they lost to Spurs, or if Eleanor came on here and said Spurs won, we can't be like, what?
I'm not reactionary when it comes to
let me live, let me dream.
Yeah, like I would be.
You know what, like it's mad because I remember doing Gyaldem City last year with Rose, and I remember asking her, where do you think we'll finish? And Rose was adamant we were not getting top 4. She was like, we're not getting top 4. I was like, we definitely will get top 4.
This season just gone.
Yeah, last season. And that's how bad City were. City were like 13th in like 3 months in or something daft like that. We were like, honestly, we were.
Yeah. You were struggling.
We had games in hand, but like, obviously, games in hand are not points in it. Better to have points than games in hand, in it. So, like, it was just one of them where it's like people were saying City were not going to finish, blah blah blah. But like, this is the thing with City. I don't know if City will win the league. I don't know. I can't tell you. What I would say is that we're good enough to do it. Like you're saying, but what Ryan could say, Liverpool are good enough to win it. Chelsea are good enough to win it. Man United's team are good enough to win it, but I think your manager is a problem for you.
You know what? Sorry, that United one. Say that again, please. Because when I say it, I'm negative. Please say what you said again about the United one.
I'd say that Man United's team are good enough to win the league based on the team, but the manager, for me,
is not good enough.
Is not. I can't see him finishing above Pep, Klopp, and Tuchel. Don't get me wrong. He can finish with one of them, or even 2 of them.
Probably Klopp.
Season. But I can't see him finishing.
I'm joking, Ryan.
All of them. Do you know what I mean? Because anyone that normally finishes above Pep tends to win the league. I know it's one season he didn't, but that was different because that was his first season. We weren't great. So usually if you finish above Pep, you tend to win the league. So I can't see him finishing above Pep, Tuchel, and Klopp. So I think it would be a tough ask. That being said, it's not impossible. Because all it would take is Man United to just go on some mad run, everyone else to drop points, injuries. It's possible. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think this is what I'm saying. At the start of the season, it happens every single year. We have the same conversations. Everyone says their team's going to win. I actually think this is an exciting season because
I'm looking forward to it with fans back and everything.
So many teams saying we're going to win the league. So it's going to be very interesting. Normally, there's only 1 or 2, and then everyone else downplays their chances. Like, you've even seen Tuchel saying Chelsea are going to finish 4th. Like, a lot of the time, they downplay their chances of winning the league. So this season's interesting because a lot of fans from a lot of different clubs are saying they're going to win the league. So it's interesting, and I like these sort of seasons. Personally.
Yeah, I'm very interested. But yeah, love to everyone who's locked in. We weren't supposed to go this long, but yo, it happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens. Large of everyone that's locked. We're just under 100 likes. Wherever you've watched this live, you've been entertained. Normally, I don't say that about our own product, but I've been thoroughly entertained on this. I've been thoroughly entertained in that. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, Ryan will be back to his usual self chatting shit tomorrow, innit? You know what I'm saying? It's because you lot cooked him. You know what I'm saying? You lot are evil. You know what I'm saying? Large up Ryan S. You know what I mean? Large up Timo. Obviously, the regulars in regards to obviously Jan, Eleanor, and Ryan as well. Love to everyone who supported.
Sorry, apologies. I thought he said their 4 favourites in it.
Who's 4th?
Yeah, 4 favourites.
Yeah, I think just to add in that in quick before we end, all their managers are just running game and that. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to take. They're just trying to take pressure off of it. There's no way Tuchel. No one is ever telling me that Tuchel believes Chelsea are 4 favourites and Pep believes they're 3rd favourites and Klopp believes they're. No, these men are serial winners. You know what I'm saying? Serial winners. Like, you don't have that mentality in it. Like, I've seen Fergie do it all the time. When someone at Swansea kicked the ball at Van Persie and he was like, oh my God, he could have killed him. Like, that's what managers do in it. You know what I'm saying? They extra. Like, people talk about things Fergie said. He said wild shit. Shit all the time. To take shit off your team. Oh, you could have killed him. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. But yeah, man, love to everyone who's locked. We will be back. Yeah, man, like I say, I enjoy these debates and that, people. Well, it's technically today, Monday. Gonna talk from the Arsenal. We'll be back 10 p.m. on the channel. Gonna talk from the Arsenal. Cam and Shocks talking all things Arsenal, and then doing the most. That'll be on the Twitch. Myself, Jan, and Eleanor will be joining that as well. So doing the most is returning to the Twitch. Check out the upcoming live stream section on the channel because I've updated it literally before this show. Same with the Twitch, the schedule. Check it out in it. So much content coming up. So much content. Love to everyone who's supporting. And this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.